see how ramped up the Kratom lies are on Facebook. Yes, I'd say Facebook is probably the worst platform. Like every time I go on it, because I don't use it, it's like literally like story after story after story after story, like of like these biased news or articles. I feel like Facebook is definitely like the worst out of all of them. 100%. And then someone said companies are suing in Massachusetts against a total ban, as they should. Massachusetts had no right to do that. They had to meet 3 points of what's it called again? They had to meet 3 criteria to make something Schedule 1, and Natural Leaf didn't
It's like the
meet any of it.
three-factor analysis.
Yes, exactly. So those people in Massachusetts have a great lawsuit on their hands for sure.
Yeah, they do.
Can you explain it further in detail, Misty?
All I know is that the AKA, it's the AKA that filed the lawsuit. They just needed plaintiff. So, you guys, lawsuits cost money. This is, y'all, if you can, donate to the AKA, like for real. AmericanKratom.org/donate. All I know is that, like I said, the AKA started this lawsuit and they needed plaintiffs. And so they got 4 plaintiffs for it. I have not done a deep dive on that lawsuit, so I can't really give you information on what their whole case is about. It's something about. I did read the news articles though.
Yeah, well, basically, to my understanding, I think their director of health or something, commissioner of health, like something like Robbie Goldstein or Robbie Feinstein, something like that. And the state even said they couldn't tell the difference between like Natural Leaf products and the synthetics and semi-synthetics. But basically, like they're like, well, if you can't tell the difference, then you should only be scheduling 1, basically, because the 7-hydroxy and everything else does meet the requirements for scheduling, but based on Massachusetts law, the Natural Leaf does not. So I think they have a very good chance of actually winning those lawsuits for sure.
Okay, it says the complaint against the Department of Public Health and DPH Commissioner Robbie Goldstein contends that Goldstein lacked the authority to place Kratom into Schedule 1, failed to satisfy state requirements justifying the emergency order, and too broadly applied the order to all Kratom products rather than synthetic derivatives that pose greater health risks.
Yeah, so I was right?
Yeah, you're right.
Pretty close. Yeah, and I mean, even the representatives too, because I've seen a lot of the Massachusetts one, I keep hearing them saying over and over again, we can't tell the difference between Natural Leaf and the synthetic and semi-synthetic. It's like, how hard is it to tell the difference?
Yeah.
Is it just an excuse?
Take out all the pills. Go in and take out all the pills that say 7-OH all over them.
If it's in a blister pack, it ain't Kratom.
Yeah.
Pamela said Kentucky is banning Kratom too. I think it was 7-OH that led us to this. Do you guys want to go deeper on that?
Yes, but the Kentucky governor is allowing they're going to allow legislation to look at it. So they will July 1st of 2027 is when the Kratom ban goes into effect. But there will be time for you Kentuckians to go fight for your right to consume Kratom.
The governor actually did people a favor, because basically he was kind of in a checkmated position, because even if he vetoed it, he would have gotten it overrided, or I think that's the word. Correct?
Well, Kentucky, they included it like we've seen in Connecticut. They've included it into bills that have nothing to do with Kratom at all. It slipped in at the 11th hour in the last minute. So if the governor would have vetoed the bill, it would have vetoed the whole entire bill that was passed. And it had nothing to do. I don't even remember what it was about.
I think it was about tax. It was like a tax something or something like that. It was like it had to pass. But the governor, because I think a year ago, he called it emergency scheduling on 7-hydroxy, but not on the Natural Leaf itself. And I think he was sympathetic to everyone. So he gave people a full legislative session to actually go and fight back, actually give people their rights to fight back,
Yeah, that's how it should be. At least give us a fair chance,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, but that's kind of the world that we live in. What are the, because you guys, I know you're always doing advocacy stuff. Have you guys seen more people within the Kratom community starting to fight back with you guys, or still it's kind of just the core people?
It's still the core people. We might have had a couple of new ones, but we pretty much lost them all to 7OH. They now went to the dark side of the moon. They became Decepticons.
Yeah.
We're the
Decepticons.
Autobots. We're the Autobots. They became Decepticons.
If anyone ever does want to become an advocate, it costs you absolutely nothing. Please send me a message and I can send you a sign up link, basically sending like emails, making calls. Also too, this account, it's probably going to be gone within the next few days. I keep getting so many strikes. I have the account warning. My new account is at Kratom Ninja with the 8KR8TOM Ninja 19. You can follow me there, but unfortunately that count is starting to like kind of fizzle out as well already. They're coming for me hard right now, like super hard. But
Well, you
yeah,
had a good
follow me
run
there.
with this one.
2 years, yeah, it's the longest
Yeah.
I've ever had. Jordan, make more accounts. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I mean, I definitely am, but I started posting on YouTube and other stuff. It sucks because I really need to get to 1,000 on the other account so I can keep going live. That's my thing. So please follow me there because I really like debating anti-Kratom people. It's very fun, very very fun.
Although I've seen, I don't know if it, because I've been able to luckily keep this account since 2021.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I tell you all the time, Jordan, stop. Just stop going after the negative Nancy's. You know?
I've gotten so much better.
You have.
So much better.
But I've seen people with less than 1,000 followers being able to go live. So I don't know about 1,000.
I actually don't have it, unfortunately. Abby says Kratom is terrible. Abby, can you tell me what Kratom is? And can you tell me what 7-hydroxy is?
The only thing terrible about Kratom is the taste.
And the
Yeah.
misinformation surrounding it.
Yeah.
It's really sad. Kratom is a life-saving plant that millions of Americans use on a daily basis. It's been in the United States since soldiers came back from Vietnam, and it never became a problem until the synthetics and semi-synthetics came on the market. Explain what Kratom is. Abby, what percentage of people get physical dependency from Kratom? What gets 0%, mild, and moderate? What percent gets severe?
We don't get to see your comments on here unless I'm looking at my computer.
Yeah, that's why I'm like trying to.
Oh yeah. So 7OH is a semi-synthetic, not fully synthetic, semi-synthetic.
What happened?
Let's see. So are you guys for it? Because it did nothing for me. If you got it from a smoke shop, that's probably why. People have to say that's not
a really weird, the whole addictive thing. It's like there's a big difference between addictive and dependency.
Yeah, exactly. No one said that natural kratom leaf can't cause physical dependency in some people, but you actually have to know like the statistics. How many people don't get physical dependency? How many people get mild, moderate, severe? The World Health Organization studied kratom extensively, said it did not meet the criteria for scheduling. One of those criteria is a psychological and physical dependence. The DEA had 2 opportunities to schedule kratom. They did not. Kratom, yes, can cause physical dependency in some people, but it's helping the vast majority of people who use it. Misty, quick question. On your account, because you've kept your account like I would say much longer than I have, way more seasoned than I have. Are you finding like some people that say anti-kratom making new accounts just to go after you?
Yes.
And okay,
Yes.
same here. Okay, Got it.
Think about how much time that's wasted. You know.
mm-hmm.
They'll eventually say something. It's hard for them to keep their mouth shut or their sticky fingers off their damn keyboards. They'll eventually say something, and I'll just block. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. You're not going to waste my damn newfound life.
Exactly. I mean, there's millions of people out there who Kratom has benefited. And I think that's what a lot of people don't. They simply don't get it, you know?
Yeah.
Hi, Seth. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome everyone in.
I believe you said that I'm reading my comments. Is it Castle? Like you were telling us on our live stream the other time? But anyway, she says it's hard for me to keep my mouth shut, so.
It is hard. It's very, very hard to keep your mouth shut. Appreciate you speaking the truth. It helps with draw, and I'm a fan. It's a blessing for the majority of people.
It is hard to keep your mouth shut, but it's a skill I had to learn. You know, just like I was able to retrain my brain from active addiction, I retrained my brain to not speak out every single time somebody wants to talk shit.
It's hard. Yeah, the more I open my mouth, the more I get in trouble.
Yeah.
The thing that really
Leanne
upsets...
said she's in, sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. No, you go. I talk way too much.
Oh, you go. I was just saying Leanne is in Tennessee, and of course we all know what happened here in Tennessee. Are you using natural kratom, or were you using it for pain, or what was your purpose for consuming kratom? I know for pain, a lot of people say they've tried that Aquama. I've tried it, but it's been a while. That's the only thing I can think of that could replace.
Oh, okay. Can I chime in?
Yeah.
Mitragina hirsuta and Mitragina javinica. Those are the cousins of kratom. And they're not like as effective, but it's definitely better than nothing. You know,
Yeah.
I would say lots of people use those plants. It's just not nearly as popular as kratom itself. But it definitely
Yeah,
can
I know it's
do
real hard
the
to
job.
find.
I'm sure there's vendors out there though. Just
Yeah.
Google it and they can get it sent to you, because Javinica and Hirsuta, they don't have metrogene in it. They have mitriptyline in it.
I know it's spelled like this. Javanica. Oh, that's me in the comments. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Javanica and Hirsuta.
It's like HIRSUTA, something like that.
Yeah, like Hirsuta.
Paranormal Dad says, what type of kratom do you all like to use? I typically use green veins. I stick to green veins. The favorite from my company is called Super Green Nano. That's my favorite. I typically I like nanos because they're like a smoother consistency. Nano means like nanoparticle, so it's very smooth, like baby powder, basically. Then you have the standard grind on the market, which is micronized.
Mine's greens.
Mine's green.
Yep.
Greens are good.
Greens are definitely the most popular. That's for sure. Misty, how long have you been on TikTok for?
Since the fall, winter of 2020.
And how have you seen like the landscape change for TikTok about kratom in particular?
You know, my whole goal to advocate on any social media platform is to hopefully get other people, hopefully, you know, is to find my people, you know, and inspire them to want to make videos, to tell their testimony, to help advocate to keep it legal and safe. That's been my whole goal this whole time. I'm not on TikTok to promote any vendors. I'm not on here to promote coupon codes. I'm not on none. I don't do none of that shit. I'm not even monetized on social media at all. You know? So the landscape changing, when I first came over on TikTok, there was some people talking about kratom, but then the more I started doing it and, you know, showing the world like my firsthand experience with it, then oh my God, Jen, I got reamed a new asshole from the AA and NA community, from that side of the recovery community. You know, it's like they tried to shut me up, tried to shut me down. Same with the couple bitches from the Suboxone side of the community, you know, who I am almost 100% sure that they're the reasons why I'm on my third TikTok account. Because Kratom is Suboxone competition, you know? But as far as sorry, I keep going off. But the landscape now today in 2026, the landscape has drastically changed because you got motherfuckers that want to come on here to get likes and views calling 7OH Kratom. You know, either they are talking about their negative experience with it, or they're the smoke shop workers that are, you know, working and seeing firsthand. They're in the trenches of seeing what Kratom is doing to people. It's not Kratom, it's 7OH.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was on the
Now.
I was on the phone today with a lady. I think she said she was 80 years old, 79 or 80 years old. And she was talking and saying she's having like a horrific experience with Kratom. Her son recommended it to her. And because like it helped him back in the day, she said he stopped taking it. But like, so she goes, I don't understand. Like everyone's saying it's so great. She's like, this stuff makes me just feel absolutely terrible. And I said, ma'am, can you read me? I said, are you sure you're taking Kratom? And she goes, yes, I'm positive it's Kratom. And I said, can you please read me the brand? And it was from Opia. It was a 7-hydroxy product, you know?
So she
And
gets
it's
into that shit.
yeah, this old lady. I mean, I sent her a bunch of free stuff, and I was like, "Here, I'll help you like off and during the process and stuff." But there's literally, I mean, millions. I want to say millions because there's so many people out there that have gotten duped into thinking they're taking Kratom, but they're taking a synthetic or semi-synthetic. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I saw somebody on, I think it was X the other day, and they're like, literally, nobody calls it Kratom. And I'm like, dude, have you been walking around with your eyes shut and your ears plugged up? Like, that's literally how we're here now.
Chris, if you're watching this, like he's texting me, but I can't message him back. You have to go live on your TikTok right now, and then you hit the little infinity sign on the bottom left corner.
Oh, is that what that thing is?
So Richard Bebo, so you actually can't overdose from Kratom. It's been scientifically proven that doesn't activate the RS2 beta pathway. Kratom overdose is like you throwing up and getting super dizzy. Kratom has built-in defense mechanisms. However, 7-hydroxy, which is a semi-synthetic, which is a completely different pharmacological profile, completely different abuse potential than Kratom, has been shown that it can cause respiratory depression that's reversible by Narcan. What's up, Sean? Well, welcome in.
Hey, Meredith.
I thought I was taking Kratom. Now stuck on 7OH. I'm so sorry. Feel free to send me a message. I'm sorry. That's like millions of people.
Yeah.
Misty, it might not be the same because I'm a vendor, but you're strictly like an advocate. The number one message that I get now is that I was doing amazing on Natural Leaf for years and years and years. The smoke shop gave me a free sample of Kratom, but it's like in pill form, and now my life is basically in shambles. They went from spending $50 a month on the normal powder to, you know, over $1,000 per month. I don't know. Do you get those same messages, or is it mainly just me?
I do. I get those same messages and same comments. And the ones that really break my heart are the ones that come from the chronic pain community. You know, and these folks, you know, moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, brothers, sisters, you know what I mean? They were never addicted to their opioids before, but they are now addicted to 7OH, and they are too ashamed to tell their family members.
Yeah.
And so I'm, you know, and I'm like, so I'm the only person that they reach out to, you know, and so I try to let them know the steps. You know, you got to walk backwards now. You got to go to lab tested metragenine extract. You know, do that for the first 3, 4, 5 days. And then you transition onto the whole leaf powder. And then if you're just completely done, you taper from there.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know,
I think. Oh, sorry.
You know, the chronic pain patients that hit me up, they started trying it because they saw other chronic pain patients hyping it up. And I'm like, man,
100%. For Laura and Zach, yeah, I help people off of 7-hydroxy using natural leaf every single day. I've helped thousands of people do it. So, yeah, feel free to send me a message.
Leanne, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I mean, as far as like alternatives in Tennessee, we were saying Havanica or Javanica, Hirasuta, or Aquama, if you're taking it for pain especially.
Are you talking about
I don't
Akuma
know.
seeds? Is it the
Yeah,
AKU? Oh, I can't spell very well. Okay,
I
I'm not
was
good
saying
at
whatever you were saying, and then I heard it, and I was like, that sounds cooler. It sounds like a name.
It sounds super cool. I kind of forgot what I was going to say. Do you get those messages, Jen, of like people kind of in that same situation that they were doing natural leaf than the smoke shop? Like, I'm curious if other people who make content about kratom are getting like similar messages.
Oh yeah, I mean all the time. Like,
yep.
it may not always be. A lot of times it's the smoke shop thing though. Like a lot of times they were sold kratom as a 7-OH product or a 7-OH product as kratom. But, you know, like just to play off what Misty was saying, like just chronic pain patients that got duped into it because it's, I mean, you know, I get it. Like I'm a chronic pain patient. Like I totally get it. But, you know, they're never addicted. They never had any issues. And all of a sudden they're having to, you know, they're finding they're having to up their dose and take it every 2 hours. And next thing you know, they're spending hundreds of dollars a day. But yeah, I mean, as far as like people that are stuck on it, yeah, they're going into smoke shops. They're getting sold 7-OH products and they're getting screwed. Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, and then, you know, they're in turn going to, you know, these rehab facilities to detox off of it. They're telling their family members they're taking kratom. They're going to, you know, some of them might be going to the ER. Some of them, you know, and it's all being attributed to kratom. Like all of it is being, because that's how it was sold to them. You know?
Yeah.
So it's just.
The poison control data spiked crazy when 7-OH came on the market. And a lot of people will message me like saying you're such a hypocrite, because no one on this panel will ever deny that natural leaf can cause physical dependency in some people. It's just not nearly as widespread as with 7-hydroxy. I like to explain it like this, because there is a difference between like addiction and dependency. Yes, there are people out there, including myself, who are physically dependent on kratom, but people are rarely addicted to kratom. The majority of people using 7-OH are addicted to it, and there's a minority that are physically dependent on it, meaning like it's helping them with their life. I feel like 7-OH and kratom are like flipped in so many different ways, and like but people are calling it like the same exact thing, you know? I think I told you guys this yesterday, but I was reviewing the data from Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, and I was looking at severe kratom use disorder. Even with the natural leaf, like this was before 7-OH, this is completely with the natural leaf. And John Hopkins said rarely that someone's life was like not going in the right direction because of kratom. They would qualify someone as severe kratom use disorder if they were having difficulty cutting back their dosage. They were just using like a lot of it. But they even said in the data, or whatever you want to call it, like this is rarely affecting anyone's life. Like they're not missing family events. They're not doing all these things that we are seeing happen with 7-hydroxy. It doesn't mean every single person is like that. Maybe some people get like that, but even to the data, because severe use disorder sounds scary, right? But when you like look deeper, it's just like, okay, well, they're having difficulty cutting back their dosage. I mean, you have caffeine use disorder, or even severe caffeine use disorder. So I think it's just all perspective too.
Yeah. And I mean, as far as that goes, you know, I hate it when people are like, you know, good luck getting off of that. It's like, as a chronic pain patient, like when you become disabled, whatever happens to you, it's like, you know, you have to come to terms with it. Sometimes it takes a while, but like your life is never going to be the same. You know, I realized 20 years ago, like my life was never going to be this. I was going to be in pain for the rest of my life. So if I have to be dependent on something, I choose kratom. Like, I don't want to be on opioids. So it's like, you know, there's nothing wrong with being dependent on kratom. Not one bit. You know, it's completely different than being addicted to something and going and robbing smoke shops. Like we've seen in the news, how many, I can't even tell you how many Misty's posted of people, you know, stealing from smoke shops. And of course the news calls it kratom, but we find out later on, of course, it's 7-OH. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a big difference from being dependent on something and addicted to something.
100%. And then Lord,
to me, what 7-OH is, it's semi-synthetic. It's chemical soup, as Christopher Organic says. It is. You don't. It's a chemical soup perpetrating itself as being a kratom product. That's what it is.
Yeah, nobody's breaking in to get kratom powder, bro. Oh, exactly, Seth.
There's nothing in kratom that makes you crave it enough to make you want to go break the law to go get it.
Yeah.
And then someone said people die from kratom. I think her name was Lori. Lori, please do me a favor right now. Go into Google and type in, has anyone ever died from kratom in Southeast Asia? It's been used by millions of people every single day going back 1,000 years. There's 0 deaths on record. Yes, they test for substances. They're not stupid. They know how to do these things. And there's never been one single death. Kratom does not just target Americans. That's not how it works. Even the CDC says that the deaths associated with kratom was a contaminated kratom product, like adulterated, meaning that a really bad person put in something bad with the kratom, or poly drug use, meaning that kratom was simply just in the system. Every single kratom only death has been disproven by Dr. Marilyn Husis, who's like the #1 forensic toxicologist in the country. But yes, it's very simple. Just go into Google right now, type in, has anyone ever died from kratom in Southeast Asia? You see the answer is 0. Kratom does not become deadly as soon as it crosses the border.
Do you see this dude? He sounds like the Ronald Reagan DARE program coming out here talking about kratom's a gateway, same as pot. Bro, I promise you it's not. I ain't hearing that. Like, nobody's going to go take kratom and then go out and start heroin. No. That's ridiculous.
It's actually in reverse. I started out with heroin, then went to kratom. It's actually like the opposite of a gateway. So it may not cause death, but what about addiction risks? Yes, for natural kratom leaf, it does. But John Hopkins even said it has a relatively low potential for abuse. Sorry, my speech impediment gets so bad sometimes. Abuse. Anything in life can have like addiction risk, but it's nowhere near the level of like 7-hydroxy or many medications that people take every single day.
My AI summary says a discussion on the risks of 7-OH and comparing it to kratom. That's cool.
There's a huge difference. Dependency is a risk, not abuse, in my opinion. Yes. What's the difference between the Conva shots?
I replied to somebody's comment today. Because I always drop my testimonies everywhere anybody wants to talk about kratom, pretty much. And someone said, "Yeah, but you're still dependent on it." And I'm like, if I was dependent on prescriptions, you would be congratulating me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that thought. I don't get that mindset. Like this person in my comments is on taking Suboxone. Cool, that's fine. I have no problems with that. They wanted to. He said, he or she, I don't know. It can be a gateway. It's like kids now just stay with vape, or back in the day we just bought K2. Well, if you want to talk about K2, that's what I like to say. 7-OH is the kratom, although it's not fully synthetic, but it's semi-synthetic, allegedly made from metragenine extract.
I'm not gonna come on, Christopher.
Is he in the chat?
He said, "I'll hop on next time. You can join me. Just let me know what time is good for you, brother." You may not have. Maybe you didn't have time.
I don't know.
There are patients I took care of and put on a ventilator. Lori, why don't you come up? I would love to have a conversation with you. I'll be respectful. I just ask that you be respectful, and I think we can get to the bottom of it very, very quickly.
Hey, Sherry.
Sherry? What's up, Sherry?
Yeah, I don't know about all that. A ventilator.
You just bad.
It doesn't suppress respiratory, so I don't know. I'm not really sure why.
Exactly. Lori, if that's true, we've had so many organizations. You had the FDA, you had the DEA, you had the CDC, you had the World Health Organization, all study kratom extensively based on an 8-factor analysis. None said it met the criteria for scheduling. Actually, the FDA just started human trials for kratom because they released their first study last year where kratom appeared to be safe even at very, very high dose levels. And the thing is, you're not very educated on the subject, and that's okay. I don't blame you. It's not your fault. Yes, 7-hydroxy, which is a semi-synthetic, which is not kratom. 7-hydroxy has a much higher abuse potential, an incredibly high binding affinity, compared to kratom, which has a very, very low binding affinity. That has been proven that it can cause respiratory depression. Kratom cannot cause respiratory depression. That is the medical literature.
It actually helps breathing.
Yeah.
Actually improves it a little bit.
Sherry says our lawyer is restating the Tupelo appeal. Nice. Okay. It's
Nice.
so. If anybody's not noticed or seen the news story about what's going on in Tupelo, Mississippi, there's a smoke shop owner that filed a lawsuit. If I'm correct, Sherry, filed a lawsuit against the Tupelo ban that's going on, and the time is almost up for that.
Oh, hey, Jen or Dylan. I don't know which one it is. Just hey, Jen and Dylan then.
Ken one, I knew what you did.
Are both of them here?
I like green burrito, but I know it meant green Borneo.
Someone said, what is cat's claw? So actual cat's claw is just an Amazonian vine that's been used for centuries for like overall like joint support and wellness. The cat's claws in the smoke shops now are MGM 15. So these people are terrible people. These companies.
It's another chemical soup. Like, anything that you buy at a smoke shop, just know that that's probably whatever's on the label, whatever they're advertising it as, that's probably not what it is.
Buyer beware.
I mean, yeah.
It's just another grift. The 708 industry got caught on their bullshit ass deception. So now they're going on to another plant or another vine or another flower.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like with all of this stuff that's been happening over the past couple of years, like I feel like maybe there needs to be some other pathway or some type of overhaul or something with the Controlled Substances Act. I feel like it's outdated.
Yeah.
Like it needs a revamp.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is a cool comment. I didn't know Brian knew this. This isn't like super well known, but maybe it's because kratom's been shown to fight cancer cells.
That's true.
That is true.
That is very true. And it helps type 2 diabetes.
Yep. On my profile, if you guys scroll down, when I went to Thailand, I asked this lady, I said, why do you use kratom? She goes, I use it for my diabetes. It makes my blood sugar lower. There's lots of people in Thailand use it for that exact reason. We can't say that, though, here in America. We're not allowed to.
You can't. I can.
It kills parasites and radiation. I've never heard that. That's awesome. Anyone have any opinion on the Remarkable Herbs brand? I don't think they're very good. Anything in a smoke shop is never going to be good quality. I'd say they're better than some smoke shop brands like Crave or Clarity, which are absolute trash. Remarkable Herbs is a little bit better than that.
Ken one uses kratom for his knee pain.
Kills cancer, huh? How unbelievably irresponsible to spout such nonsense. Would you like me to send you the data? Mark, I'm more than happy to send you all the thing. And I said, yeah, it helps fight.
Yeah, it doesn't cure it. It helps fight it.
Yeah. Specifically, breast cancer is what they're studying on it right now. But I'm more than happy to send you all the data. All the data. I'll send it to you, Mark. More than happy to send it to you. More than happy. Amber, yeah, I see your message. I see your message. How incredibly irresponsible to just like say something you don't know, though, Mark. So it goes both ways. It cures diabetics too. I don't think it cures, but it helps lower their sugar for sure. But they continue taking it.
It's illegal in Alabama, Siggy.
Yeah. Fucking sucks.
I need you to help educate my mom. Sure, yeah. I'm more than happy to talk to your mom. It's really shitty to give cancer patients false hope. That's cruel. We just literally are repeating scientific data. I'm more than happy to send you all of the data.
I mean, we're not sitting here saying it's going to cure cancer. I mean, you know, we're just saying it has been shown to take out cancer cells.
Fight cancer cells,
fight cancer,
exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, we're not, you know, I'm not going to say it cures anything, but it sure as hell helps out a lot of things.
Yeah. It's literally a pharmacy in a leaf.
Yeah.
In America, they call kratom a menace. In Thailand, they call it a medicine. Same plant, different people, different cultures.
Different culture.
Be careful with taking that over state lines, because if you get caught with it in Alabama, you know, kratom is considered a Schedule I drug.
You'll get $1 million bond. That's what happened to Dana Brown.
Since I'm on the live, if someone wants to send Mark that data, I'll send it to you after Mark, but maybe we can just calm him down a little bit, so maybe you guys can send it to him.
There's literal data on it, Mark. Take some kratom and chill the fuck out. Yeah. I've been an advocate for 7 years. I've been to the International Kratom Symposium, where scientists from around the world fly in to present their data. There is data on it.
Yeah, I mean, what do I know? I've just worked directly with the FDA, HHS, wrote the most downloaded book in the American Kratom Association Hall of Fame. Been in the LA Times. I don't know shit. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Funny, some of the people who are the most against it are big supporters of CBD and THC. Why is that? I think because people fear what they don't know. I think marijuana, just like kratom, is an amazing plant for a lot of people. And we're basically in reefer madness all over again. What we went through in the 1950s with like the whole marijuana thing, that's kind of where we're at now. So,
Sherry Joe says it absolutely resolved my fiber cyst in my breast.
Ooh, how'd you like that one, Mark? How'd you like that one?
There's a testimony right there, buddy.
Let's see. Is there any health risks with using kratom daily? Physical dependency, I don't consider that a health risk, but some people would. Thinning of the hair can happen in some people. Chronic dehydration, so you have to drink a lot of water. What else can you guys think of? Constipation. Over years of use, hyperpigmentation in some people. When I went to Indonesia, I met dudes that were started taking kratom when they were 15 or 16, because they start taking kratom when they start working the fields, that were in their 80s, completely healthy. I'd say healthier than a lot of 60-year-olds here in America, or even 55-year-olds. But some of them, I'd say 20%, 15 to 20% of them did have hyperpigmentation. And I said, how'd you get it? They said the leaf. So that's another thing.
Bro says he wants to play Reefer Madness and vilify 7OH. Okay, bud. 7OH is not kratom.
It's not. Yeah, it's not my battle.
Not my battle to fight.
Yeah, dude.
What would you say to the hundreds of thousands of kratom users that lost access to a life-saving plant because of an industry that you support? The lies that the companies that you support. They called their product kratom. If they never called it kratom, I wouldn't mention anything. You know, I wouldn't say anything, but you lied, and we have to constantly pick up the pieces over and over and over again. Because unlike you, Misty shows up every time. Jen shows up every time, having to pick up the pieces. They are actually the people that care about chronic pain patients. People like you don't give a shit about chronic pain patients. You don't look at the overall picture of what 7OH has done to the reputation of kratom across the whole industry, across the country. It doesn't matter the people that have lost access. to a life-saving plant. You had to stick up for something that was a losing battle, and we're smart enough to not do that.
Bro, would you like to come up here? He's saying you don't know.
Yeah, I get tired of hearing that.
Is this
Like,
actually
if we
live?
would have just
Yes.
band together, we could have saved it. It's like, dude, I can guarantee you 100% without a doubt, both would have been taken out if we would have all band together to help you advocate for your substance. It's not the same.
Yeah, you
How do
fight for what you want to. What's up?
How do you invite them up here?
You would have
There's
to.
like so many buttons.
They can just request up.
Okay, request up here, bro.
Dude, I don't think I'm seeing all the comments.
We should just legalize. We should legalize states. In a perfect world, yes, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that's just not the world we live in.
Jordan, was you get to?
Did I cut out?
You did. Were you getting a phone call from our friend, our advocate friend too?
I don't know. I don't know. But for the person that said we should legalize everything, in a perfect world, we would. But we don't live in a perfect world. Our country still has the Controlled Substances Act, whether you like it, whether I like it. I personally don't agree with the Controlled Substances Act. Obviously, prohibition has changed absolutely nothing. But you can't not live in reality, maybe because like a lot of people aren't going to the hearings like we are, and you hear what the lawmakers are saying. It's a losing battle. Yes, I would love it if the world was sunshine and rainbows and everyone could do whatever they wanted. My life would be 1,000 times more simple.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who it is. I don't know who it was. I think it might have been you that pointed it out the other day. I have not seen in all the hearings we've attended, every single one, I have not seen one local or federal or, legal person that's in support of keeping 7-OH legal.
Not
They
one
may be
out of
against like
thousands.
prohibition. They may not want to ban everything, but there's not been one that has been pro 7-OH.
There's not been.
And that's
one
out of
person that's
thousands.
Up there and said 7-OH is what saved my life. Nobody has gotten
Yeah.
up and said that.
Or I've heard from so many people that this has helped. It's always the exact opposite. And that's what really screws us in some of these hearings. They'll be like, well, this is personal because my friend's sister's, whatever, this just happened to. Or they'll know multiple people that are in rehab for 7-OH. Or, it's insane. Like, I don't know. For anybody to think that 7-OH was going to just sit around and remain over the counter on the shelves longer than what it already has without nothing ever like the federal government leaving it alone is absolutely living in another world.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And using the Kratom's name to market, I believe was like the mistake. Like, I think they probably could have got away with it a little bit longer. But dude, when you mess with Kratom advocates, you don't do that. I'm just saying, you don't do that.
Meanwhile, this is a good point. It says, meanwhile, fentanyl is killing tens of thousands. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
But now there's people, hundreds of thousands of people in multiple states that don't have access to anything. Kratom, that could save their life. Kratom was saving people's lives decades before 7-OH was even a thought. Chronic pain patients were using Kratom, was giving them their lives back. I was able to get off heroin. Lots of people were getting off fentanyl with just natural Kratom or full spectrum extracts. Now all those people have absolutely nothing because of the confusion. And I guess that's kind of my argument against 7-hydroxy.
Yeah.
And I mean, people, people are like, nobody's ever died of 7-0, but they're losing their livelihoods. Like, they're losing their jobs. They're losing their kids. They're losing their houses. They're losing their savings. Like, they're literally, once a substance affects your life negatively, especially that negatively, then, I mean, 98% of people are having that experience with 7-OH. 99%.
It saved them at what cost? Just to breathe?
Yeah.
Because you're still in that. Not only are you're in that cycle of you're spending way more money than you ever did on buying illicit drugs.
Yeah.
So, at what cost did it actually save your life? You're still I just keep trying to put myself in that situation. When I found kratom in June of 2019, I am just thankful that 7-OH wasn't around then, because I would have transferred addictions. I would have still been popping pills every 2 to 3 hours. I still would have been chasing that dragon. You know? Swift Johnson, no, 7-OH isn't banned now. It's not if, it's when. They did get an extension on their comment period. But
Bad Goy, would you say that to the hundreds of thousands of veterans who have been using kratom? Misty, I think you need to get down, then come back up, because it's saying disconnect from you.
It got restricted because of body exposure and sexualized behaviors.
Oh, sorry. We're just too
Somebody
sexy.
reported you.
What?
It says disconnect. Yeah, it's still on mine. What do we do?
So come back. So get down and then come back up, okay?
All right.
All right. Let's see. Disconnect. Okay. Yeah, hundreds of thousands of veterans use kratom to help with it. And what is wrong with the crutch? Crutch is meant to help someone go forward. You know, some people take much longer to heal. Some people have to use a wheelchair for the rest of their life. Does that mean they're weak? No, it's just using something to help them. The number one demographic of kratom users in the United States are college-educated women who use the plant for chronic pain. So you don't give a shit about people. That's how selfish your comment is. Oh, because I don't need it in my life means everyone else in life doesn't need it because I'm so much better. And also, when you tell people get sober, what percentage of people actually get to total sobriety? What is the relapse rate? What do you think is better, where people unfortunately pass away because they try to get sober, then their tolerance is low because, you know, you don't live in reality and understand that, like, you know, that's extremely difficult to do. It's an extremely small success rate. What's wrong with someone being able to take Suboxone or methadone and get their lives back? You know, it's such a selfish comment, such a selfish person, extremely selfish. Let's see. Oh, and I was going to say too that when I went to the University of Florida to interview Dr. Christopher McCurdy, the number one kratom expert in the world, 7-hydroxy can cause respiratory depression. It's been shown in multiple studies, and it is reversible with Narcan. It doesn't mean that it's super common, but for all the pro 7-OH people to say it's impossible is denying science. And my opinion formed on kratom or 7-hydroxy is based purely on the studies.
Yep.
Just making sure you're still lying to people. Come up, big guy, because you are the big guy, right? Come in. Come up.
I went and blocked that other dude that was giving me shit in the last live. What sexualized behaviors? What am I? I'm just a big body bitch sitting here in my Friday the 13th shirt. What?
Gloomy Pop Tart said the rates are less than 1% long term. Yeah, people don't really care about saving lives, you know? They don't care. They don't care. They just want everyone to fit into their own narrative. But you could go to AA and you're prescribed 100 different medications. That's totally fine. If I quit heroin and then was prescribed Zoloft, everyone would be cheering me on. But I quit heroin and I use a leaf. Now I'm a junkie. Like it makes absolutely no sense.
Yep.
No sense. The world is incredibly difficult. Kratom is a tool that helps tolerate the ugliness. I think that's an amazing thing. Am I pro 7-OH or no? No, I'm not pro lying to people. I don't like lying to people. 7-OH is not innovation, it's deception.
Like I said, we're the Autobots. 7-OH is the Decepticon.
Yeah.
I don't hate the users of 7-OH. I don't hate the users of anything. I hate the industry. I hate what it represents, for sure. I would never, I don't hate people for using it. I love all people besides stupid people, like some of these people on my live right now. But other than that, like, I just, yeah, it's not my right to judge someone for using a product, but it is my right to try to save kratom, to look at all the
Yes.
legal battles that we've had to be on, you know?
It's just sad too because, you know, there's so many just hateful, downright hateful people that, you know, the things that people say to you just because you refuse to support 70H and you want to just fight for kratom. Like
not locking-
it's insane.
I'm not locking elbows with 708ers. There's no
Yeah.
fucking way. We have attended over 300 hearings since July of 2025. And we have been the one mopping up the mess to try to save kratom because of what 7OH is doing in the communities. If you're not following advocacy or attending any of these hearings, of course you're not going to see what we're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just on social media talking shit to people all day long, then you're not going to see what's happening in real life, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very easy to virtue signal from the sidelines and do absolutely nothing. That's what I see them do all the time. It's like everyone should have the right to choose, but like when everyone loses their right to choose because of 7OH, it's like, oh, okay, no big deal. You know, it's crazy.
I will never understand these so-called kratom advocates that are going around promoting the use of 7OH. I will never understand how they don't see that 7OH is why we're having to advocate for kratom. I don't understand how they don't see that shit. You're not a fucking advocate, you're a fucking promoter.
So Floor Guy said kratom is the root for other substance abuse, needs regulation somehow. I mean, there is a lot of regulation. 25 states have passed regulation, but kratom is actually a step down for the vast majority of people. 7-hydroxy, I can definitely agree with you, but if you actually look at the data from Johns Hopkins, the vast majority of people were doing harsher substances, then went to kratom and were able to get their life back. Dr. Jack Henningfield, pretty much the #1 addiction scientist in the country, I had the pleasure, he's from Johns Hopkins. He was from the National Institute of Drug Abuse. I had the opportunity to interview him one-on-one, and he goes, you know, the vast majority take illicit substances to escape life. The vast majority take kratom to get their lives back. And that's such a true statement. If you look at the data, even from the National Institute of Drug Abuse, Dr. Nora Volkoff, she was the keynote speaker at the 5th ever International Kratom Symposium, where she said natural kratom is a part of the solution. What the problem is are these synthetics and semi-synthetics being labeled as kratom. So I agree with half of your statement.
Yeah, and I mean, we're all for regulation here. All of us are.
Yeah.
I believe that, you know, there should be age requirements. There should be labeling. There should be testing. You know, totally agree with that.
Peace and happiness. There is 9 times out of 10 in all the hearings that we attend, there's a virtual option.
Yeah.
They either use Zoom or Google Meets, you know, or WebEx or something like that. But there's 9 times out of 10, there's a virtual option to attend. That's why I always try to direct everybody to go, you know, send your name, city, and state to lauraromney@gmail.com so that we can gather up all the advocates. And whenever something pops off, she'll send out an email blast. Or sign up for Jordan's text alerts.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people understand how many people use kratom in the United States. I don't think they get it.
They don't want to get it.
Why is it sold in kilos and ounces? Because that's a unit of measurement. That's what do you want to sell them in little gram stuff? Doesn't make any sense. I do have text alerts. Yep.
That was an odd question. I mean, what's that supposed to mean?
Lynette says, I took 7OH thinking it was kratom. Are you back on the kratom's magical path? I hope you are. Because that right there, tricking the people, that right there really irks me.
David's phone.
Why is sugar sold in small packets and large bags?
Yep, kratom has been used for centuries for humans in Central Asia. to do physical labor. Yep, I've been to both Thailand and Indonesia. Kratom's usage goes back 1,000 years in Indonesia to the Dayak tribe, and in Thailand, I can trace it back 800 years.
After I'm done
When I
with
was
the stream, I'll send you the PDF.
when I was in Thailand, I was like asking the people, like, does your dad use it? They're like, oh, my dad, grandpa, great grandpa. And then they kept going up and up and up. Like it, I don't think people understand like how ingrained it is in like, especially like Indonesian culture in like just Borneo though. Like that's where Kratom is. Everywhere else in Indonesia doesn't give a shit about Kratom. It's all about Borneo. And then in Thailand, if you look, like you can see their artwork from like hundreds of years ago where the Kratom leaf is like incorporated in their artwork. Kratom was actually so popular that it was used as a currency in rural Thailand and in rural Indonesia. They used it as money for a very long time.
Wow. Okay, Lynette was addicted to 7-OH for about 10 months and then did it cold turkey for 2 months. Ew. But now she's back on plain leaf. Nice.
Nice.
We would buy liters of it. Kratom has a good and a bad side. I think everything has a good and a bad side for sure. But the vast majority, but it's definitely the good outweighs the bad. Everything has pros and cons in life.
It's all about
Everything.
what you do with it. You know, it's like social media has a good and a bad side. Hell, Meta just got sued for billions of dollars. You know.
Yeah, in Malaysia, it's not allowed because because in 1952, the British were still they were under British colonial rule, and the Malaysian people gained their independence in 1957. So when they started to lose control in 1952, they banned lots of local customs and traditions. Kratom was included. Actually, the health minister of Malaysia just last year said they're going to start to trying to get Kratom reintroduced for its historical and economic value, I guess. So yeah, it was never the Malaysian people that made Kratom illegal. It was old British dude.
You see what Christopher said? I've been in a car. I don't want to get you shut down driving. Remember that last time?
Yes. Can you still come on the box though? Can you like do the little square, the little box on the side? Just to where it's audio?
Anything can be abused. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, the pros far outweigh the cons on that. Yeah, I agree, Brian.
Oh, you can remove background noise on here. I'm looking at all the different buttons.
I was whenever I was waiting for you to invite me, I was like, I'll click on them now since I'm not. There's just a lot of buttons down here.
Yeah.
Don't agree with you, Florida guy. The National Institute of Drug Abuse would also disagree with you. I just don't think you understand the difference between Kratom and 7-hydroxy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I also
thank you,
disagree
Jaybird.
with, Go ahead. I hate interrupting people. I was just saying, I don't know if you saw this, 7-OH got a bad rap because of abusers. Maximum a human should take of 7-OH is 100 milligrams a day tops. And it's like, that's not true.
Is there safety data?
Yeah, there is no safety data. And I mean, even like me and Misty were saying earlier, like even people that never abused anything are having issues. Like, you know, when people are taking, say they're taking 20 milligrams a day for 6 months and they find out, oh crap, it's not working. I'm going to have to start increasing that dose. I'm going to have to start buying more. It's like, that's the cycle that always, like, just over and over and over again. That's the cycle everybody, even the abusers, are going through.
Oh, see, Lynette is one of these folks right here. They never had a drug addiction before. You know, before she got on 7-OH, she never had a drug. Your story is not unique, Lynette. I get so many comments and messages from people like that. It just, every time I read it, it breaks my damn heart because I survived addiction. You know, and to know that these people that were sold a damn lie, you know, and it's like, it just,
I think gloomy pop tart. This is a good question. I'll explain. It says you are for the plant. You should be for 7-OH legalization and every other alkaloid. So I'm actually for the plant. How nature intended it to be. God, the universe, whatever you want to say, made kratom perfectly. It's men who took that and changed it, chemically manipulated it. Kratom affects many different parts of the brain. That 7-OH, well, I should say this. Kratom affects many different parts of the brain: serotonergic, dopaminergic, adrenergic, adenosine, and opioid receptors, all with a very, very low binding affinity. These chemically manipulated 7-hydroxy products are only attaching to opioid receptors and have an incredibly high binding affinity. The amount of kratom, the amount of 7-hydroxy and dried kratom powder, it's not natural to the leaf. Kratom is not, 7-OH is not found in nature. It's found after the leaf is picked when metragenine is exposed to air, microscopic amounts. However, that microscopic amount has no pharmacological value whatsoever. Yes, I support kratom because kratom helps people. Even a lot of these extracts at the smoke shop are no longer kratom. They're not. Like, my job is to protect access to kratom. And in the real world, 7-hydroxy has destroyed way more people than it helps. And now so many people lost access to kratom itself because of 7-hydroxy. So I will never support it. If you want to, that's totally fine. But you're comparing apples and oranges. Like, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Man and or woman went in there and raped the kratom plant. They molested the molecules for profit. They don't care about you at all. But if 7-OH, if you love 7-OH, like I'm seeing some of Jordan's comments right now, if you love 7-OH, go find your people. We are not your people.
Wrong chat, wrong group. Move on. Did you see this comment, floor guy? The kid that bought 2 grams and a month later is spending $200 on a kilo every week. There is absolutely no way on earth that happened. Like, there's no way on earth that happened.
How the hell you buy 2 grams of kratom? They sell in a little fucking dime bag or something?
Yeah, no one, but that's actually an impossible measurement. No one, I'm a professional vendor. No one even in a smoke shop is going to sell 2 grams. That's literally like dust. That's dust. Probably, maybe they're getting 7-OH powder or something. Like, yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Someone in his live the other day said he was buying a kilo every couple. No, no way. Somebody was in your live saying that the other day, that they were buying a kilo every couple of days.
Like, they're going through like a kilo a week or something, which is like impossible. Like, that's not.
You'd have to train. Like, yeah, you'd have to like make yourself be able to consume. It would take months to get up to the point to do that. Like, you'd have to be like a trainer, because you're gonna puke.
The Joey Chestnut of kratom, right?
Yeah.
Crystal got hooked on metragenine, pseudodoxil. Worst mistake of my life. Oh my God. That's now a Schedule 1 drug. 2 days ago, it was made a Schedule 1 drug. So come back. Come back to kratom. Kratom's calling your name.
It's still legal in Missouri. It's illegal in Kansas, but it's still kratom is still legal in Missouri.
Yeah, the Missouri Attorney General just specifically went after 7-OH. But the scariest thing is that now the vast majority of kratom extracts in the smoke shop aren't even real extracts. They're literally synthetics and semi-synthetics, but these companies are so shitty and so greedy that they're putting kratom extract on there. People were lied to that 7-OH is an extract. It's not an extract. It's a chemically altered product. To be an extract, you have to take it directly from the leaf. You can't take metragenine from the leaf, then sprinkle your chemicals on it and be like, oh, this is an extract, It's crazy. Crazy.
Well, there's a new article that came out today about like the I don't even want to call him the godfather of 7-OH. But good old Vinci boy had to throw away $10 million of pseudodoxil products. And he's complaining about it.
Kratom is very useful in Malaysia. It can help reduce dependence on drugs such as heroin, among others. Yeah, that's actually why Thailand made kratom illegal in 1943 because the Thai government started imposing taxes on opium, and the Thai people were like, "Screw you, dude! I'm just gonna go out in the jungle and eat this leaf." And they got really mad about that. But Thailand reversed that in 2021.
You know what they're studying kratom in, I think it was Malaysia. It's in one of those places, one of those beautiful places in Southeast Asia. But they have a lot of studies on studying kratom for methamphetamine use disorder. That's what's running rampant over there.
Dude, Captain Spaulding is correct. There is not enough 7-OH and natural leaf kratom to even extract it. Yes, Mike, he is not. He is very correct.
Yeah,
you cannot.
Exactly.
Do you know how much, Jordan? How much would it be? Tell the specs of how much it is for one pill.
Well, it depends what. Well, it depends on what milligram the pill is, you know. But
let's say to get to get a 20 milligram 7-OH pill. How much do you think? How much kratom powder would it cost if you were just extracting it?
Well, I could tell you this for certain. I would have to get my calculator, but I can tell you this for certain. The cost of the raw material for the powder used to make that would cost far more than what you buy a pack of 7 of those pills for at the smoke shop. The cost of the raw material, like it would be like over 80 pounds. Like
yeah,
it's impossible.
There would be no kratom trees even left in the world after a certain amount of time. They'd probably already be halfway gone. Like, it's not even cost efficient to do something like that. And, I mean, it's just not possible.
That's
the 7-OH products that are out on the market are synthetic, semi-synthetic.
That's why I'm always saying it's allegedly made from metragenine extract. Because if these 7-OH bucks went around and they would have caused deforestation. If there were supposedly 2 billion doses that have been sold, they would have caused deforestation somewhere.
Yeah.
But then, like what we saw last night at the Champs presentation show that the AKA did, 71% of the products on the market today were, the 7-OH products on the market today included pseudoindoxil and or MGM-15. 71%.
And the milligrams were always off too. Like sometimes the milligrams were way higher or way lower, but none of them ever tell you about, because everyone's like, oh, well, as long as they're labeling properly, in my opinion, there's no such thing as a legit. Yeah, but that doesn't show you the unknown substances. Like every brand has unknown substances. That happens because of the chemical conversion. Because when they try to isolate just metragenine, which is no longer kratom, when you isolate just metragenine, kratom is like the combination of all alkaloids working together, just like a caffeine pill is down a cup of coffee. But then they take that, they try to isolate that as best as to their ability. However, you're always going to have other alkaloids in there, and then trace amounts. And then when you oxidize it, use the chemicals, there's going to be multiple sites in there, and those alkaloids are going to keep oxidizing into something else. That's why Dr. McCurdy's like, we don't know what these substances are. He goes, here's the line for 7-OH, these 6 other substances, we have no idea what they are. He told me, could they be benign? 100%. Could they be wreaking havoc? Also 100%. But you have to have a mass spectrometer to get those results, which costs $400,000. When you're just sending out like a lab report, that means for regular kratom, yeah, great. But for 7-hydroxy, doesn't mean shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, and I've heard this argument here. If we got rid of kratom, would it get rid of the 7-OH issue genuinely? I don't think so, no. Because, I mean, now you have MGM 15 and 16, those are it's completely synthetic. I mean, there's always going to be, I wouldn't be surprised if they came out with something and just called it 7-OH here shortly after the scheduling goes into effect. I mean,
Mike, Fosnia, what's up, Dancing Mike? We are streaming this on our other platforms, so you can rewatch it later if you need to. Christopher, if you're still here, yes, get out of this comment section, go to your TikTok, go live, and then you hit the little infinity sign on the bottom left corner. So look, Vinny Boy says, unfortunately, of all things, pseudoindoxil is probably the very best pain medicine ever to hit Earth. He says, I mean, very little mind change, very slow addictive properties, and not an incredible and just an incredible painkiller. But it's gone. I'm sure it'll show up as a pharmaceutical in 5 years or so. But as of now, people don't have it available, which is truly a shame. So he had to after learning the federal order was coming, his team destroyed $10 million worth of product at cost, not at retail value. So what do you think the retail value would have been of that? 30
Oh
million?
my gosh.
30 million?
Well, I think more than that. I'd say way more than that.
My question
Well,
is, why the hell he got $10 million worth of pseudo-endoclo product? Why? Because 7OH isn't 7OH.
I'm not the biggest fan of the pharmaceutical industry whatsoever, but there's a few reasons why 7-hydroxy was always illegal. It was always an illegal product because they brought it to the market with zero safety data. You can't do that. You have to prove that your product is relatively safe. Like, why can you do it with kratom? Well, you have 1,000-year history of use. You had people using it in America since soldiers came back from Vietnam. There was tons of studies. With 7OH, I mean, Vince Saunders said, well, we're using the number of doses as our safety data. So basically, you're using people as guinea pigs, and that's not a cool thing. But based on the Controlled Substances Act, what you can and can't sell over the counter. Remember, this is someone who doesn't actually agree with the Controlled Substances Act. I think people get what I'm saying very, very wrong. I live in reality and I know the laws of our country. And 7-hydroxy, if they wanted to do it the right way, would have filed the new drug application. That's what they should have done. That would have been the legal route, and they would have been bajillionaires after 10 years, and they would have been set for the rest of their lives. Well, they still are set for the rest of their lives because they were making billions and billions and billions of dollars, and they didn't really give a shit if kratom became illegal or not. They already made all their money, and they're going to go on to the next thing. A lot of these people that sold 7OH started with spice, so did the spice manufacturers ever care about marijuana? No.
He's part of that.
Yeah.
He's part of that.
And it's like, that's just another reason that people that are upset about 7OH going away should be upset at those people, at the people that threw it out on the market all willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? They should be mad about that. They should be mad at all the hundreds of vendors out there that refuse to even try and pretend like they wanted to start regulating. Like, you know what I mean? Be mad at the 7OH people. Don't be mad at people that just refuse to advocate for your cause. That's silly.
Yeah, we're just living in reality of what's possible. 1 second. I'm trying to go through these comments. Please do your research and tell these people what is being put on the shelf now. It's dangerous. So I have done my research. That's why I wrote the most downloaded book about kratom I've ever written. That's why I've been featured in numerous global publications. But yeah, it's okay. No worries.
Do your research, Jordan. I always laugh when somebody says that to you. It's like, really?
I'm not the one
compromising. I'm just a kratom advocate. I'm not selling it. I don't, I just advocate my first-hand experience, and I'm trying to keep it safe and legal.
Hey, Deborah.
Blocking this guy. Annoying.
I do take it. I control kratom. It doesn't control me. I only take 1 teaspoon once a day, and I take 1 to 4 days off every week.
They need to do the research about Jordan. That's funny. Thank you. That was very kind.
Oh, that's a good one. That's true. Yeah. Do your research about Jordan. That's what you need to start saying.
If coming off of 7OH, what version of kratom should I use? Bucky, send me a message. It's kind of hard to explain, but there isn't a version of kratom. You start on full spectrum extracts, then you transition to pure leaf powder. But it's different for everyone, though. But yes, send me a message. I love it for anxiety. Misty, do you get death threats?
I haven't gotten a death threat in a while, but yes, I have.
What about you, Jen?
No, thank God. Not yet, but, I can imagine that you have quite a few times.
Oh, yes, a lot. I've gotten a lot of them. especially from, it's kind of, I always feel like the truth is in the middle with everything. You have the anti-kratom
yeah.
people on this side, then you have like the really pro 7OH people on this side, then you have like us in the middle. And I feel like we're the ones like actually telling the truth, and it's like, it's very, very, very hard. It's like you have like the anti-kratom moms calling me a murderer, saying all these horrible things. Friends of mine they've tried to take their kids away from them. Like horrible, horrible things have happened. I get lots of death threats, but then it's like, and I don't mean the average 7OH consumer. That's not who I'm talking about. But there's a certain subset, and I think you know exactly what I'm talking about, of the 7OH community who's literally freaking crazy. Like they've tried to destroy my business. They've sent like death threats. They've tried to like hack our website. Thank God we have like the best support team in the world. It's like Fort Knox, but we had to hire people to make sure that never happened because they were trying to do like cyber attack. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Who did you block, Jordan?
What?
Did you block somebody?
Yeah, some annoying guy.
Tommy?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, I don't know. They're saying that they came over here. You blocked me because I'm telling the truth and trying to save lives. What were you talking about, Tommy?
Oh yeah, that was that annoying guy. Because he kept telling me to do my research. It's like, dude.
Just like
That's that guy.
doing is switching one chemical and putting it in the same packaging. Are you talking about the 7OH industry? That ain't the kratom industry.
Yeah. So what's your take on 708? Should it be scheduled? So based on the Controlled Substances Act, it should be scheduled. It meets the criteria for scheduling. Natural kratom leaf does not meet the criteria for scheduling. I wish we didn't have that, but that's just what it is.
Oh, Jordan, Tommy was talking about the 7OH industry. Because that's
Oh, he was?
people are on here trying to. It didn't finish off his comment, but he's poor Tommy.
Oh, tell him sorry. My bad. Tell him I'll unblock him and then I'll send him some free product. Sorry.
You know
My
what?
bad.
You gotta just, I'm sure anybody that's been on your lives can understand. Like, it gets pretty intense,
Yeah.
It's just too many people talking shit all the time.
Yeah, because I noticed that me and Tommy are friends on here, and that's why I asked you, Jordan. I'm like, what? Who did you block? Because he's saying.
Tell him I'm very sorry. I got confused. My bad. Friendly fire. Yes, exactly. And I'm not really
Yeah.
I'm not much of a blocker either. I'm not. I was just kind of annoyed at that time, but it was my fault.
I haven't looked in a minute on your comments, but you probably got people that are freaking talking about how much they love 708 or some BS, and he was probably in there to fight.
I was lied
that's
to about
nice,
7OH.
Wait,
Yeah,
Austin,
tell Tommy I'm very sorry though. I'll get it. I'll undo it.
Austin
My
said
bad.
I tried to give you my opinion, but you wouldn't let me up. He used to sell kratom and took it for 12 years. Do you want to come up, Austin? I don't know how to invite up, so you got to request, I guess.
Dude, hold up. What happened to Chris? Didn't Chris join?
I don't know.
Or come on?
I can't message Chris on my main phone, because if I do, I'm afraid I'm going to clear the screen or something. So I went and messaged him on X.
Invite Chris up real quick.
Is he live?
I just saw him.
I saw it pop up.
This Austin person wants to come up here. I guess you gotta request to come up again.
Oh, I remember
Wants to
that
come
guy.
up.
He's the one that says kratom causes heart issues.
Austin Contagious says heart issues.
I remember him. He has like blonde hair.
Tommy says many years ago when I first started taking kratom, there was a place in Montana sold it in a sandwich bag. Tommy, do you live in Montana? If you do, I need you. No, but I travel a lot for work. Okay. Well, if you travel,
Where?
I still need you. I need you for a hearing coming up.
I'm so sorry, Mark. It says my wife died of cancer. 7-0 was a godsend for her pain in the end days. I'm sorry for your loss, but again, like Jordan was going back to say, I'm glad that she had it. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that her days were comforted. but it should not have been put on the market. It's technically it's always been illegal if you think about it. If it should have never been put on the market because they did not.
They didn't prove its safety.
Right, and they didn't register it. I was trying to think of the freaking word I was trying to think of. But, because of that, again, like, we can't just throw something out there and be like, well, it helps these many people, so let's keep it legal type of thing. That's just not how the world works, unfortunately.
Oh, I can't accept you up here because I'm on a triple live right now. I can't accept you up here, Austin. Maybe that's why Chris can't go here too.
Not illegal, not certified as safe by the FDA.
The FDA is never going to slap its FDA approved label on Kratom.
No, never. Why are you promoting Kratom? That is a horrible substance. What is Kratom, Mur? Actually, come up. I'm going to invite up right now, and let's talk about what Kratom actually is.
Debating the impact of age change to the 7.
If Kratom actually is, so I know it's a plant. That's all you know, and you're saying it's a horrible substance? That it's a plant. That's it. Of course you're at work.
I'm at work. I'm going to go on someone's TikTok live to talk
where
shit
do
in
you
their
work?
comments about something I have no idea about.
No idea. Yeah, your boss probably not that happy right now. Oh my God.
That's insanely funny, dude. That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah. Like, why are you talking about something that you have absolutely no idea? I guarantee you that you do not even know what Kratom actually is. I guarantee you don't know what the difference between Kratom and 7-hydroxy. I guarantee you don't know the safety data. I guarantee you know absolutely nothing. And I would love for you to come up here. I mean, you're already slacking off at work. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Just to, come up, take a break. Don't worry about it. I know you don't.
Jordan?
You don't know what.
Are you allowed to have people on your screen?
Am I allowed to have people on my screen?
Yeah.
I don't think so because we're just doing it like this. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, because it said in order for me to accept Austin on here, I would have had to disconnect from joining your live. But
oh, it's fine. I know. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Oh, I think I see. I don't think Christopher is live. I figure out how to search for him though.
Peace and happiness. If we're being called out, please come up and tell us what we're being called out about. Or if you're responding to the guy from work, I'm not sure.
Oh, if it's the same peace and happiness, they were over here on my stream, but they were all good on the Kratom Hood.
So maybe they meant for best way to stop using Kratom. Well, what's the name of the product that you're taking? So you think 708 should be scheduled, but not Kratom leaf? That's just not my personal opinion. That's the That's the opinion of the federal government, of the scientific data. What's the difference between white, green, and red Kratom? Typically white for flight, green for in between, and red for bed, but it's different for everyone. No two people are the same. Kratom hit shelves in Indian stores in 2011 is what I remember. It had its big boom in 2010, but it's been in the United States since soldiers came back from Vietnam.
1970s.
Kratom really helps with my mood and energy, and I've gotten my life together again. That's a blessing. Okay, 1 second.
Cassell says, Castle, I think. She says, I saw someone selling a yellow strain the other day. What's that about? Because I was like, huh? Can you go on to that?
A yellow vein? Sure. A yellow vein is a white that is dried under UV light. So it's just, so all Kratom, how do I explain this in the easiest way possible? I'm not very good at explaining things, but I'll try my best. So the color when I was in Indonesia, like the color of the kratom vein underneath it just represented its age. It didn't represent, so like you can have a red vein, but when they're selling it, the way it's dried, they're going to sell it as green. That same red can be sold as red, it could be sold as white, it could be sold as yellow, basically. So after it gets to a certain point where they say they had that red vein, but they turned it into a white, then that white would be dried even further under UV light to change its hue, which can slightly change its alkaloid profile. Like greens are typically dried outdoors. It depends on how people are drying it. Everyone does it like a little bit differently, but typically they're dried certain ways.
Yellows and golds is more calmer. It's like a more calming effect for me.
Yeah, gold and yellow are the same things. It's just sold two separate ways. You know, tomato.
See, I thought gold was like a white and a red, and then yellow was like a red and a green.
Aren't they blend?
Well, so the thing is, I'm talking about like traditionally, you have vendors out there selling whatever they want as gold or yellow on their website. It might be a white and a red. When we sell yellows, it's like actually like yellow. It's not like a blend or anything like that. But some people sell pinks, which are white and red. So
yeah.
Fed Up Mama says yellows are my go-to for really bad pain days. JR says, what about Trainwreck? Isn't Trainwreck just a mixture of like all the stuff?
Yeah, but if they're saying Trainwreck off the bat, I'm like 99.9% sure that's like a smoke shop brand. So I mean, because like you have like the big brands like Crave or Clarity, they all sell Trainwreck, but I mean it's those companies are Trainwrecks in my opinion.
Yeah.
1 second.
Tomorrow we're going to have our recap with Mac on our Saturday live stream starting at 2 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to come and watch that, ask your questions to the one and only Mr. Mac Haddo from the American Kratom Association. It's on our
Brian said
Advocacy in Action 2019. Sorry.
No, I cut you off. Brian said, can we take a moment and thank the good Lord for natural kratom leaf? 100%. I agree.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen. Nature got it right.
How many species of kratom? Just one. It's all Michigan speciosa.
I thought that said sepsis.
No, I'm not faded at all. I'm just very tired. Very tired. I was up late last night.
Faded.
Oh, I think it's just because you're on a back. You got sunlight probably in your.
No, I'm just tired. Very tired. Then go sleep till like 2:30. But why don't you come up
helping me with pseudo withdrawal?
Vein colors BS in America. No, it's not. I'm a vendor. I think every day it's just slowing down. 1 second. Kratom is helping me tremendously with pseudo withdrawal. That's good. That's awesome. Green works great for pain. For some, yeah, I would say the majority of people, I'd say 65% of all of our sales are kratom, are green veins. The vast majority of people, I'd say, like greens. So why Schedule 7 and not the leaf? Leaf is incredibly addicted with horrible withdrawals as well.
Can you just answer that?
Yeah, if you actually look at the data, yes, kratom can cause physical dependency, but the World Health Organization, Mark, do me a favor, go into Google right now and type in what happened when the World Health Organization studied kratom. Wait, no, what happened when the World Health Organization, how should I word that? What's the best way to word that? Basically, the World Health Organization studied kratom extensively and said it did not meet the criteria for scheduling. That was done by the World Health Organization. Drug dependence does not mean that severe dependence can't happen from kratom, but it's just not typical. Like, there's a difference between some people getting like really bad withdrawal, and like widespread withdrawal. Those are two very, very different things. The DEA had two opportunities to schedule kratom. They said no. So, and there's lots of scientific data that the majority of users don't get dependency. And if they do, it's typically mild to moderate, with a smaller subset being severe. Yes, 100%. Severe from withdrawal from even the natural leaf is a 100% a possibility. But you have to look at data spread across a large group of people.
I know someone who got addicted and overdosed with kratom. Overdosed on what?
Were they barfing
Yeah.
their nuts up? That's what happens when
It
you
must have- Right.
Yeah, the CDC would disagree with you. So would all the kratom researchers in the world.
JR says, is it wise to switch strains so I won't build up a resistance, a tolerance? Yes. It's I rotate 4 vendors. Man, my dog is barking.
Caffeine has a physical dependence. Sugar too. Yes, good. Yeah, BAB 100%. And if you actually look it up, 13% of people develop severe withdrawals from caffeine.
Brandon, who's a fraud?
That's because, yes, there are those groups like that, but you have to remember there's over 24 million users in the United States. So yeah, of course you're going to find subs like that.
Yeah.
But you have to look
And
at the
dude,
data.
half of the people over there are literally talking about 7OH. I mean, I know that it was a thing before 7OH, but I mean, again, I don't know. I don't mind even going to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. Like people think I'm lying. Like it's when you can look at the data yourself. Go to John Hopkins. Go to John
Yeah.
Hopkins right now. Read the data. They're the people doing it. You could even type on Google right now. Do the majority of kratom users develop like severe withdrawal? It will say no. That's just the fucking truth. Why are the shrimps different from pack to pack?
I
Can
just
you?
saw that.
Yeah, the world. Yeah, thank you. WHO expert committee on drug dependence concluded that there was insufficient evidence to schedule kratom. I respect what you're doing, dude. Advocating for us. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I like you now. I didn't like you that much at first, but now we're cool. Just kidding. No one overdosed because of kratom here in Indonesia. We drink it every day. KB, can you send me a message, please? Regular kratom is pretty much coffee for a lot of people, but there are people who do develop like a severe dependence, but some people develop severe dependence to caffeine as well. I would just say it's more common with kratom. Kratom, good or not? For the majority of people, it's good. For some people, it's not good. Sorry, dude, you have top shelf. You know, people like you. No, thanks, man. I was just kind of messing with you. That was the December 2021 WHO study. Yep. Lots of data on kratom. I always thought there was like 1,000 studies. Misty let me know there's 2,000 now.
Yeah, we had Dr. Berthold on we did like a live with her and John Shinholzer. And she said she had just finished up like a thing where she had to actually go and see how many studies there were. And so it's much closer to like 3,000 than it would be to 1,000. So it's well over 2,000, which is crazy.
That makes sense because I've read the vast majority of the data available, and I'm so thankful with like AI now because there's like a lot of word. I'm not the best reader in the world, but with AI, like before AI, I had to read every word by word and look up what it meant and like what does this mean, this scientific thing. I like literally it felt like climbing a mountain, but with AI, it makes like you could read 1,000
you could just
studies.
like put it in there and say, "Can you explain this to me in simple terms?" Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So is it off the market or what? Well, it depends. The natural leaf will never be scheduled at the federal level. A lot of people think it will be, but I can promise you it won't. State to state is different. Some states, yes, 100%. It is illegal. I believe it's 9 states now, or 8, but 7-hydroxy will be scheduled federally in like 2 to 3 weeks probably, but MGM-15 pseudoindoxil, they are scheduled now.
And then I think didn't that SR also get scheduled today or
Unfortunately,
yesterday?
SR should have never been scheduled. Should never have been scheduled. Never. Does not meet the criteria. I looked. They were saying because of like it lowers people tolerances going for like to overdoses and stuff. But no, it was helping a lot of people.
Yeah,
No.
all kratom is illegal in Tennessee.
Man, my damn dog went to go chase after a rabbit.
What?
My dog.
Is the rabbit
Did
okay?
you get it?
Yeah, the rabbit took off. The rabbit was like, "See you, bitch." I'm just gonna come
Gotcha,
and flip
bitch.
my little booty at you and make you bark and run after me, but I'm gone. Whew. That scared me for a moment. I was like, "Shit."
Jordan, despite your challenges, I'm glad you're on our team. You're fierce and passionate. Thank you so much. Yeah, my challenge. I definitely have had some. That's for sure. Now my challenge is just keeping my mouth shut. That's the hard part.
Hey,
Come to Indonesia, bro. I've been there. Yeah, it's fun. What were you saying, Misty? I'm sorry.
Brandon guy's calling you a fraud. Man, I've known Jordan for years. I've went out and met him at advocacy events and everything. Jordan's not a fraud.
Yeah, he's come out to Tennessee to try with Misty to try and save the leaf. He's not
Why
a
don't you
fraud.
Google
He's
his-
the furthest thing from a fraud, man.
Yeah.
Why don't you just Google, is Jordan Richard Kratom a fraud? Tell you what Google says. Let's see what Google says. I'm curious.
Dude, and a fraud how? Dude, I hate people that talk shit for no reason.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's just my, I don't know. Handsome good looks, I guess. It's whatever.
Yeah, Tommy Dobbs, the one you accidentally blocked, wants to know how to get a hold of your book.
Tell him I'm sending him 2 copies for free once they're printed, because I feel like such a dick. I'm sorry. My bad. He's top 3 in distro. Oh no, I'm not that big. I'm like a medium-sized vendor. A lot of people think I'm like way bigger than I am. No, but I don't want to get bigger, because once you get to a certain point, you can't really talk to your customers, and I just never wanted to get that. I just always wanted enough that my family can have a little house and go on vacation once a year type of thing. If I really cared about money, I would have started selling 7 a long time ago. I would have been a multi-bajillionaire, but I'd rather live paycheck to paycheck, doing something that.
What in the Buckeye? Are you in? Oh, you're in South Carolina. Got it.
Comparing leaf withdrawals.
So,
Comparing leaf withdrawals to caffeine is in such bad faith, and I think you know it. Look at the data. I don't know how many times, Mark, I've said that natural kratom leaf can cause physical dependency, and even some people it's severe. However, if you look at the data spread across a large group of people, the majority of people don't. Misty and Jen, again, I know this is anecdotal, because you should look at the data from Johns Hopkins yourself, because I can talk till I'm blue in the face. You can say I'm being dishonest or whatever. I mean, a quick Google search can help you with this. You can just type in, do the majority of people who use natural kratom leaf get severe withdrawal symptoms? I would start with that. Do you get a lot of people saying that caffeine was harder to stop for them than kratom?
Yes. It was
yeah,
hard for me.
but my mom tried to quit caffeine because she was having the caffeine was making her heart pump, and dude, it was one of the hardest things, and she's 70 something. Like, it was one of the hardest things she ever had to do was stop her caffeine intake every day.
Yeah, last summer,
Kratom.
I switched over from. I was so addicted to Cafe Bustelo coffee, and that's like the espresso type coffee. And so I don't know. I had to do like this trial and error type thing, trying to figure out what was going on with me. And so I finally pinpointed it to the coffee I was drinking. So I switched to decaf, and it was hard. It really was hard.
Yeah.
I'm not in that category. For me, kratom is much more difficult to stop than caffeine. I can stop caffeine, no problem. No problem. For me, I get moderate withdrawal symptoms. I don't fall into the mild or to the no. I'm like right one before like the severe, if that makes sense. That's
Yeah.
my personal. But it would be dishonest to tell everyone, oh, kratom causes moderate withdrawals. There's something I was told. There's something called my truth, and my truth is that
Yeah.
kratom causes moderate withdrawals. But then you have someone like my wife who takes kratom and then she stops with no problem. Her truth is that it doesn't. But then you have other people in my family that get mild. Then you have my best friend; he gets it worse than me. You know, and I think that's what people don't understand. Like even Dr. Christopher McCurdy, when I interviewed him, they've done like human trials, and people were doing far more than me. Like I take like 20 to 25 grams a day. He goes, you know, we've studied people, and they were taking 90 grams per day, and then they stop, and they have zero withdrawal symptoms. That is a massive amount because we've also studied people that were taking only 10 grams a day, and they got really bad withdrawals. Kratom is so subjective from person to person, and I think that's one of the reasons it didn't get scheduled. It didn't meet the criteria for scheduling because leading to severe withdrawals in some people and leading to widespread withdrawals are two very, very different things. But even if it led to severe withdrawals in every single person that used it, that doesn't negate that it's helping the vast majority of people. People say that, oh, you're a hypocrite because 7. Well, for 7, the vast majority of people were struggling.
Right. It doesn't require like medical intervention. You know, like 7-OH withdrawals. You know, there's been so many people that have had to go into rehab and you know have some type of intervention. Whereas like, you know, kratom withdrawals, you might just feel like shit for a week or something. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to. You can still go to work and function. It's just, you know, you're gonna not feel great. Period. You know.
Save Life 112 wants to know what the premise of your book is. Like, does it discuss different strains? What is your book about?
No, that's my other book, The Truth About Kratom Strains, which will be done in like probably like a week. So there's a bunch of different chapters. It goes over the cultural impact of kratom when it got here in the United States. Why was it banned in Malaysia? Why was it banned in Thailand? It goes over scientific data. It goes over withdrawal. It goes over seizures, side effects. It goes over like the clash between FDA, HHS. It talks all about like the government infighting. You know, it talks about like the former head of HHS fighting with the head of FDA plus like DEA stuff. It talks about kratom in Christianity, in Islam, and other religions. It also talks about how like the impact in the lives of Indonesians. You know, it's basically like a complete like A through Z. And yeah, I kind of forgot a lot of my own book. I wrote it, so I should know more, but. It's like I believe it's 16 chapters. It's a completely an A through Z. It goes over extracts. There's a whole section on 7-hydroxys, section on alkaloids, all that type of stuff.
And then Junior or JR says 7OH such a different animal. I wish I never tried sample. Been taking kratom 8 years, no problemo. Man, JR, you gotta walk backwards now. You gotta come back to the leaf.
Send me a message. I'll help.
JR, send Kratom Ninja a message. Tommy Dobbs, he's gonna have to wait till he gets off here to unblock you.
Yeah, it's my bad, dude. I'm so sorry. Can you discuss K for pain relief? How to approach? So, do you guys want to go over this? I can't really legally answer that.
It's amazing for my pain relief. It's like it takes my pain level from, I would say, like a 8 to a 3 to a 4. My pain doesn't completely go away, but it makes it completely manageable.
Yeah, it makes it where, you know, you're not constantly sitting there thinking about it. You know, you're actually like going and living life. You know, as far as, you know, being pain-free, what do you say, painish free?
Yeah,
that's the best way to describe it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were asking though, like what kind, like how to approach it.
Oh, as far as that, you know, everybody, like we were just saying, or Jordan was just saying, like everybody's different, you know, so you kind of have to just play around with it, see which strain, like the red or the white or the green works best for you, and kind of play around with your doses and dosages. You know, see, I would start out with like a half a gram.
I don't like giving out that you like dosaging. I don't like giving out that because it's going to be child.
Yeah.
It's you just got to.
Yeah, I'm saying like start out low though. Like, you know what I'm saying when I say that? Like I would start out as low as you can
Yeah.
to see if it's effective.
You start low and you go slow, and then you try a red, white, and green. You know, and journal it.
Journal, that's the most important thing. Yeah.
And I think it's important. Anyone watching this live right now who doesn't have any issues, there's no need to start Kratom. I'm the biggest Kratom
Yeah.
advocate in the world. I am, but for the people who need it, not everyone needs it. And yeah, just Kratom is a godsend for the people who need it, but not everyone needs it. So just please keep that in mind. It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone.
Hold on, what's that saying that you have? It's not for everyone, but for who needs it, it's everything.
Kratom is not for Kratom is not for everyone, but for the people who need it, it's everything.
Yes,
I love that.
I love that.
I'm a fucking poet.
Yes, you are.
I know, love it.
The dad joke poet.
I would give. Oh wait, let's see.
That's fun.
I would give my leg to get off Kratom. What's the name of the product
Bruh.
you're taking? Rhonda, can you please tell me the brand and the name?
I mean, I'm not trying to like laugh at you. I'm just saying that's intense, man. I'm sorry you're struggling. But yeah, what kind of Kratom are you talking about?
Please don't. Yeah, keep your leg. Keep your leg.
Yeah, keep your
For
lip.
real.
All you gotta do is put in the effort to taper if you're talking about natural kratom.
Oh, thanks, Richard. I appreciate it. You
Okay,
subscribe,
bye,
Gabapenton. Oh my God, Derek J. Connors. You guys know Derek, right?
I haven't seen him in a long time since
Oh my God.
he's like one of the OGs.
He's done more for Kratom than most people would ever do in a lifetime. He used to do more. Well, he probably still does behind the scene, but he used to do more for Kratom in one day than most people would do in an entire lifetime.
I haven't seen him since X.
Oh my God. It's so nice to see
that's
you, man.
right. Okay.
I'm gonna have to. Well, I'll go live tomorrow, and you should come up. I would love a whole thing just talking with. Yeah, I mean that would be amazing. That's why I'm worried.
Says, why would the states and local governments want such vicious attacks on kratom? I get farmer profits, but is there other reasons? Grieving parents and 7-OH. Those are the reasons why.
Pain Out. It's called Green Melee. On the back, the name is Pain Out. Where did you get the kratom from, Rhonda?
That's definitely smoking.
Oh,
You have a huge ulcer.
Pain Out is terrible brand. Like one of the worst. Like we've retested some of those products, not the exact one, but like in smoke shops, and a lot of them didn't even come back for kratom. It was like just bullshit stuff. Yes, we've retested a couple.
Abilene, Texas. How long have you been taking it?
I've heard of that though. I've heard of that. I think that just might, I don't know. That might be kratom.
I'm just wondering, like, I mean, if she's been taking it a long time, I'm not sure. Like,
Someone
are
says
you
I
just
always get
having-
ignored.
Wait, who's getting ignored?
I don't know. I don't see the comments.
I don't either. Hold on.
Some of your premise is correct, and not everyone gets withdrawal. Many do, and it's highly addictive. I think you're missing the point of what I'm saying, Mark. I've said it 100 times, brother. 1,000 times, actually.
Mark, why? You know, it's like when people come in somewhere and they're trying to like debate somebody, or you know what I'm saying, on their own shit. Like, bro, why? You're not gonna get nowhere here.
It's okay, everyone, to have their... Whatever I'm saying is not my personal opinion. It's based on the actual data. And the people
That's
doing
true. That's
that
true.
in America, the people who are doing that in the United States, doing all the dependence liability, is John Hopkins. John Hopkins is the answer.
Hey, Kels.
Or NIH.
Yeah, so much so that now our own government just started human trials on kratom, right? Giving it to people with opioid use disorder.
Uh-huh. Did the trial start, or is it still in the beginning stages of you finding the folks for it? I don't remember.
Oh no, they started. They're going on right now.
Where do people even sign up for stuff like that? So they just like volunteer themselves to do like how do they do the big pharma trials? You know, like like does it go out in the newspaper? Well, shit, I'm old.
I was about to say the exact that they don't have newspaper anymore. I was like in my head, I said exactly that. Like subjects needed.
Yeah.
You know, NIH also made the Moderna. I don't know what Moderna is. Oh, the vaccine.
Uh-huh.
I ain't gonna get into all that.
It's fucking tea. Here's Kels. It's fucking tea. I'm over the BS. That's pretty much, yeah.
What's up, Brandy? Spinal patient, Dark and Twisted Brandy. What's up,
Oh, hey,
girl?
Brandy.
Dr. Patient.
Oh, hi.
Brandy. Me loves me some Brandy's. You kicked some ass in your testimony.
She did. She did.
It was in Michigan. I forgot what the
Livingston.
Michigan.
You were in the trials.
Huh?
You were in the trials. That's cool. Miss Chess was in the trial. How'd it go? I'm glad that it saved you. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Is LPMS a good brand? It depends.
Bring up Bob in this convo.
But seriously, man, message unblock. Make sure I will remind Jordan to unblock you after this, Tommy. Go enjoy dinner.
Yeah, tell him my bad.
Because of Kratom, he gets to go to family dinner. That dang Kratom. Dang it.
They're about to ban 7.0 in San Antonio, Texas. It's flying off the shelves and all stops.
It
That doesn't
should already
surprise me.
be banned in Texas there.
Yeah. 708.
That went through last year.
The law.
Not only nationwide was 708 not supposed to be legally sold, specifically in Texas or any state that has the KCPA, it was not legally able to be sold. Because the cap limit, 2% cap limit.
Yeah, but, just like here with Tennessee, it's been sitting on the damn shelves destroying people's freaking livelihoods. And so, when these hearings come up, all the people have heard out about Kratom is bad. And so it just, bad things happen because of 708. It's done nothing but just walk and shit all over people's lives. It has walked and just shat all over people's lives.
And then it took the Kratom leaf and fucking wiped his ass with it.
Yeah. And I tell you what, it can.
I had to do the puzzle piece.
I hope so. You got the SR from like a reputable company online, right? It wasn't like the smoke shop SR. I hope not. There was like some. Yeah, the SR and anything like coming from a 7 brand that was labeled SR, like people were having major issues with it. Our reset's good.
Scheduled. So I don't know. It's federally scheduled.
Man, I do look tired. Jeez Louise.
You look fine, Jordan.
Yeah, you're fine, Jordan.
I am. I prefer handsome. Fine is pretty nice too, but thanks.
Well,
I'm talking about from the commenter that commented.
When you have littles, though, it's hard to not be tired every day of your life. You're a good dad, and that's what counts, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
SR is not allowed to be legally sold anymore. If you're buying it, you will be buying it black market.
Yep.
I gotta go let my dog know.
They're making fun of my discount code. I did a discount code that Jordan is buff. And it was 15% off. And I thought that was so funny because I was so fat when I wrote that. It just didn't. I just thought it was funny. Okay, let's see.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Do you realize that your eyes are empty? No, I don't. My eyes are good. Just tired.
Empty?
Jordan is high as fuck.
Empty?
That's crazy. It's okay.
Bro.
It's no worries, my friend.
What in the world?
Mike, why don't you come up here and debate me and see how little you actually know about kratom? I could prove that in
Mike's
maybe
a
10
pussy.
seconds.
He ain't gonna come up here.
You never would. People like that just, especially with no profile picture, right? Yep, it's a goose. He's gonna flee like the geese in his pictures.
Mike Lowry.
It's okay, Mike. It's no problem, dude. I get it. I once too had no self-esteem. You look great, man. Youngest looking grandpa ever, too. Oh, thank you. Yeah. It's definitely crazy that you blame him on being tired. Well, I am tired. You know, some people don't get sleep. It's okay. It's no big deal. Just
it's
scroll
definitely
because he's not
crazy
going
that
to come
you're
up.
sitting here like just talking shit some random fucking live, dude. Get a life.
He's been on a couple
or
of my
maybe you
lives.
are. Maybe you're at work too, just fucking around because you're not contributing to society this way, brother.
He's probably taking a shit and smelling his own funk. So
He
it's a bad
probably
attitude.
is.
Oh, it's no big deal. We'll just move on. It's no problem. It doesn't bother me. So
Yeah.
quick question before we go. I have to go in probably like 20 or so minutes. So recently there was a news article about New York, what was happening in New York. Can you guys kind of go into detail about that? Did you think, my question was, do you think that news segment was fair? The one that you posted.
You talking about the one that Chris Ryan, Assemblyman Chris Ryan or something like that? So his bill is waiting at the governor's desk for signature. That's what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah. So his bill is ban synthetics. That's the bill that he's got going through. Because New York has the KCPA. It's weak as hell.
Yeah, it's bad week.
They have a KCPA, and so that Chris Ryan, I believe that's his name. But his bill, strengthened it a little bit more, just a little bit more. Because right now we got counties in New York that are trying to ban it, and we know why.
Yeah.
But I felt the news segment was actually fair. Like I saw it, and I was like surprised at like how fair it actually was. Usually on the news, like I saw news here in California not too long ago where it's like talking about kratom, and they never showed a picture of kratom. All they showed was 7-hydroxy products.
Dude, and then when they're talking about 7-OH, they show kratom or kratom capsules or kratom leaves.
All the time.
All the time. It's like the news just
I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay. Peace and happiness. I know what you're talking about. They're talking about Afghanistan was the largest distributor for opium, peaking in the 90s and early 2000s. In 2022, Taliban issued a ban cutting production by 90%, increasing the war on pain patients. This increased need for kratom as a safer alternative. I was recently made aware of this. My ex was also in Afghanistan in 2009, talked about the thousands. I've heard about this, the thousands of acres of poppy fields, just FYI. I've heard about this. I've had retired veterans that have told me about this, and they would message me about this. And to me, that makes sense on why, every year the opioid quotas are being scaled back. And the chronic pain patients are here left suffering.
And now all the chronic pain patients that have nothing because of the confusion with 7. I think that's what a lot of people don't understand is that in America, yes, it would be amazing. It would be great. Everyone can make their own choices. People can do 7. I can do kratom. Everyone lives their life, but they don't understand like the real world impact of what 7 has done. And now there's hundreds of thousands, probably over 1 million with all the states. I mean, over 1 million that all those chronic pain patients have nothing now.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. Puppies are worse than buying your payments at the gas station.
And Brandy
Puppies
said,
are no.
we have been screwed royally. Yes, the CPPs have. They truly have. Not only are there no more soldiers guarding the opium fields over there, now you got Killer Kolodny over here in the United States of America going around getting paid millions of dollars to go testify on shit he don't know what the hell he's talking about. That man just, oh my God. He's
How
coming
many?
to fight him. He is gunning for it. That's
True. People have. Yeah, they are. Sorry, Misty. You go. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Sorry. Give me 1 second.
Man, everybody just oh, okay. Now getting back.
I'm back. I just got back just in time.
You gotta leave and then you get back this time. I hope
I feel like I'm echoing.
I'm on the state line, so I need it. Rick Townsend ain't done in Georgia. He's got another hearing coming up. He's doing these. What is it called? Blue Ribbon Study Committee on Youth Exposure.
On youth exposure to kratom and other gas station substances.
It sounds like he's underwater.
It sounds like I feel like I have like an echo that sounds like I'm underwater.
Yeah. Yeah, Brandon, he gonna get caught. That's what's gonna help him up the ass.
My bad.
Okay, well, it sounded like you were underwater.
Oh, did it? No, I left my headphones here. I had to go inside real quick.
Oh.
Oh, maybe
wanted-
that's what it was.
I wanted to find my other
Okay, yeah, I
flavor
don't
of
sound like
nicotine pouches. I'm a big fan of nicotine pouches, so I had to find my nicotine pouches, my other flavor. Sorry.
Your vitamins.
Who are these people? My vitamins. Yeah, they are my vitamins. Back just in time for Jordan to get hired. Mike, why are you such a dick, dude? Such a dick, but it's fine, dude.
He must
just
like
keep
you.
going.
He must like you a little
I
bit.
think
if he
so.
keeps coming back. You know.
It's fine. I've been trying to be nice and like allowed you up. I haven't even blocked you, but it's okay.
I don't think
fine.
Jordan swings that way.
Mm-mm.
I don't think he does sword fighting.
Kratom is very famous in Southeast Asia. Yes, 100%. Someone said, "Are my comments being filtered?" I'm sorry, I haven't seen a comment from you yet.
I don't see that. Mikey got a man crush. Yeah, he does.
Is there any chance Townsend can be kicked off his seat? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't know. I know that after the AKA just went, when was that? Last week, Jim? They went to that last youth exposure hearing. It
was last week.
You know what? And I don't care what anybody says. Mac went in and shut it down.
He did great.
Mac did his thing. And if you thought he was being unprofessional, let me see you go there and do it.
Went into the lion's den. I mean, trust me. I mean, I sometimes even on lives, we're all human. When you have a lot of people attacking you, it's very easy to get defensive. I've done it before. Everyone does that. That's human nature, and that's even over a screen. You know, like Mike is such a wussy. He won't even come up like on a screen. You know, but even I get flustered. Like Mac had to do that in person, and he was the only there. You had all these quote unquote experts per se, and he only allowed 2 people from our side. You know, and I thought he was very professional the whole time.
When you know what people don't understand with Matt Caddo is that he has reached that stage. You know what? He's 76 years old. He's been fighting for kratom for 10 years. He has reached that stage where he is done. He is throwing his gloves off. You know?
Well,
and
you sometimes you can't just be nice all the time. Sometimes you have to have some backbone to shit done.
Yeah. And so after that hearing that happened last week, the AKA and them filed a complaint to the Speaker of the House about Rick Townsend's conduct and how all the hearings, all these committee meetings have been stacked. They're stacked with anti-kratom crap. Because this right here is going to be a segue into Rick Townsend introducing another ban bill once again. This will be his 4th, if he does it. I'm pretty sure he will, but it'll be his 4th year trying to get it banned.
And none of it's about youth exposure. It's literally just an anti-kratom meeting.
Yeah.
If you are worried about true youth exposure, the first thing people should ban is kids having phones, because they can access horrible things very, very easily that can destroy kids' minds. And how about vaping? Kids are vaping at a crazy amount. That doesn't mean vapes are bad. It means that people should be prosecuted that sold the kids the vapes. Parents should be better parents and make sure their kids aren't vaping, or if they do, trying to teach them, like, don't do this. You're like way too young. It's not the vapes' fault. Vapes have helped a lot of people get off of cigarettes and be healthier per se, you know, but it's not the vape's fault. And like, no kid is taking like natural kratom powder. I'm sorry. That's just not a thing. I've seen, unfortunately, some kids that look like they're 16, 17 on this app, like literally saying, I just took so much 7-OH, and they're like drooling and their eyes are all like, they look terrible. And I can't even legally help them because I can't sell to anyone 21 and under. It's like, even with their parents' permission, it's like, that's just not, they're too young. I can't like take them to a doctor, do something else.
And the props that Mac brought in was, you know, Monster Energy drinks. You're not carded to buy Monster Energy drinks. He brought in Imodium. You can get high as fuck on Imodium. No, you don't get carded for that. He brought in Benadryl. You know, we got people out here doing the Benadryl challenge, trying to find this. What is it called? The Hat Man, the Straw Man.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, people are dying. Teenagers are literally dying doing this Benadryl challenge.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. I'm not here defending alcohol by any means. I mean, if alcohol was a new substance, it would 100%. If alcohol was just discovered, it would 100% become a Schedule 1 substance. 100%.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, when you buy alcohol too, I mean, you're buying something, you know what's in it. You know the harms because of it's been around so long. You know, and it's not sold as something that it's not. It's not being sold as, you know, Sprite. And you get it, and it's you know, it's way different. Fuck alcohol. It destroys lives.
Knox Money says, since Louisiana wanted to be stupid ass, do I need to worry now about opioid tests periodically? What do you mean? Like pain management tests? I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest. Kratom got me off booze permanently. It saved my life. I still use it daily. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Nice.
Hell yeah. I know that kratom has to be specifically tested for, and since you're now in a Schedule 1 state, I don't know if that's a requirement or not.
Yeah, it's like, you know, your state would have to pass some type of legislation that would require, you know, it's really just up to the job site, I guess, if you're worried about your job. So I would find out what kind of testing your job does.
Helps my cancer pain when needed. Leaf only. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I hope you're doing okay.
Same. Okay, bye, Brandy.
Bye, Brandy.
You keep up the good work.
Go kick ass. Go keep kicking that ass, Brandy.
There's so many comments. I feel like I keep missing some. I'm like trying to go through and see. Never realized how much I depend on. How much I depend on it until it runs out. Kratom is a superpower herb. Yeah, 100%.
Hell yeah.
Kratom equals tramadol. No, does not. Those are two separate things. Love what you're doing, bro. Thank you, user D. Oh, there's a lot of comments. Are you guys seeing the same comments I am, or no?
I don't think I'm seeing all of the same comments, but
I can't see none of your comments on my side of the live, but since we're streaming to our other platforms, she has the comments on screen.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see them from there. You got some real winners there, buddy.
Kratom, one plant replaces a bunch of pills. Oh, Chris is here. Oh, awesome.
Chris finally came?
oh, is he back? Where? Hold on a second.
Yeah, back in the day when I was in my active addiction, I ran out of my perks. I took some tramadol, and I had a seizure exactly 30 minutes after I popped that tramadol. I woke up at the bottom of my stairs with my kids over me and seeing the ambulance and shit coming over me, and I'm like, "What the hell? What's going on?"
I'm a nurse at a MAC clinic, and I help people detox from kratom. It's terrible and so hard to watch. Please request up. Please request up.
Do you help them detox off a mat? What do you give them
No,
to detox off a mat? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, come up. I would love to talk to you. I think that would be fantastic. Fantastic opportunity. Remember the lady we talked to yesterday?
Is it
The
same one?
nurse. No, it's a different one. But by the end of it, she realized that the vast majority of them weren't taking kratom.
Yeah. It was 7 hoes. How long
They gave me
does it
tram.
take to have a
They gave me.
seizure if you stop taking kratom? I have epilepsy and I have not had a seizure. So I do know that everybody's different. I mean, I never suggest anybody cold turkey off of anything. So if you're trying to stop taking kratom, you need to taper low and slow.
Yeah. Let's Ash Bow Hunts. 708 will be the downfall of the kratom plant. Amen. It is.
Oh,
We're seeing
yeah.
it in real time.
It is.
No,
In real
kratom was.
time.
Jay Moore, I'm sorry, you're just not very educated. Iowa did not ban kratom. They did not. Like, how do you not know this? I don't understand. Like, you position yourself as like an expert. I deal with these people all the time coming off kratom, but you think it's illegal in the state. That's why I wanted you to come up. Like, I would love to ask you a series of questions to see how much you actually know about the subject.
They tried to ban kratom. They tried. We fought hard.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Nope.
From the stores it did. Maybe they took it off the store shelves, but I mean, kratom's
They did.
still legal there, bro.
I've become very good friends with a few senators from Iowa who actually went in wanting to ban kratom, but then realizing the difference between natural leaf and 7-hydroxy, and that's how we saved it.
Yep.
Oh, they need to
Oh.
leave and can't have plans. Well, at least you're not at work.
Kids don't purchase kratom. I think you're talking about 7-hydroxy. It's always I'll come next time, right? I'll come next time. Yeah, I'll never be back, but I'll come next time. It's very easy to get out of things like that.
Mike says,
I don't know.
if kratom isn't addictive, why can't I stop cold turkey? Have you tried stopping cold turkey?
I mean, just like with a lot of things, you have to taper off. I mean, like, I don't know, the whole caffeine thing, nicotine. I mean, if you're dependent on something, the best way to stop taking it is not just to stop taking it. It's best to taper off.
Real kratom is keeping people out of MAC clinics. Fake kratom, 708 is bringing them to MAC clinics. That's the difference. That is the difference. Real kratom keeps people out of treatment. 708 sends people to treatment. The vast majority of the time.
99% of the time. And they're going in calling it kratom because either they're lying or it was sold to them as a kratom product. 708 is not kratom. Pseudodoxil is not kratom. MGM15 is not kratom. Cat's claw is not kratom. Cat's claw from a smoke shop is not kratom. John says crying in Massachusetts. There's hope. There's been a lawsuit that's been filed from the American Kratom Association. So to be continued in Massachusetts.
708 has caused so many kratom rumors. 100%. That's my biggest
Oh
thing.
yeah.
AZ Blue Dot says 0708 packages say kratom. Man, oh me, oh my. How late are you? Again?
Oh, remember the whole thing where they said the FDA said they had to call it or had to say it was a kratom alkaloid or whatever. They had to get out of here.
That's a damn lie.
They never said that.
To donate to the American Kratom Association, which they do need donations because there's multiple lawsuits going on right now. It's americankratom.org/donate.
Moo, I can see your comments.
You can see mine,
Um,
Jen.
No, Moo. Moo.
Cosmo K said, "Are there any studies on using kratom to combat autoimmune flare-ups?" Also, hi Jordan, proud of you. Oh, hello, how are you? Studies right off the bat, I don't know. I mean, tons of women, because I know autoimmune diseases mainly affect women, correct? Like fibromyalgia, all that type of stuff. I think it's pretty rare when men get that. And unfortunately, that's one of those like invisible diseases, they would say. For so long, like women were saying, I have this issue, but like no doctors would believe them. Thank God nowadays, like it's being recognized as like a real thing. I feel like you guys might know that answer better than myself.
I don't know of anything that says that, it's prevented a flare. No. I think that's pretty, like a pretty technical thing to look into.
AZ Blue Dot says, "Can you point me to a 7-OH that is labeled as kratom?" I'm
Go,
not.
go to,
Gosh.
I'm not going to name them. I'm not going to be reverse promoting over here.
There's tons of them.
just go to a smoke shop. You'll see it.
Yeah.
Go look at the wall of death.
Buzzer's Cat's Claw tested positive for 7-OH and several other synthetics. 100%. That's
Yeah.
correct. I'm drinking Jordan's Kratom right now. Thank you, Justin. Thank you for the support. Kratom is good medicine.
Sean's Life says, "I have chronic pain, psoriatic arthritis, and it helps my flares at times." Nice.
I'm so confused. I thought 7-OH was part of the Kratom plant. Not exactly. No. How can I explain this? Is it cool if I talk for like 2 minutes, guys? I feel like I'm talking too much, Misty and
Go
Jen.
for
Just
it.
okay. So to be part of the kratom plant, that compound has to be present within the leaf during its natural growth cycle. These are alkaloids such as metragenine, speciogynin, crin anthidine, speciosylitine. That's like the plant's biology. There's over 50 different naturally occurring alkaloids that are there. To be like naturally occurring means it's within the leaf itself. 7-hydroxy only forms in microscopic amounts once the leaf dies, basically. Once you pick it off the tree, metragenine, kratom's main alkaloid, out of all the alkaloids out of the plant, metragenine makes up roughly 66%. Think of like metragenine to kratom as like caffeine to coffee. Well, all leaves have to go through a drying process. So due to oxidation, minuscule amounts, trace amounts of metragenine will chemically convert into 7-hydroxymetragenine. However, the amount in dried powder is so minuscule that it has no pharmacological effect whatsoever. All the alkaloids affect many different parts of the brain: serotonergic, dopaminergic, adrenergic, opioid, and adenosine receptors, but they all do so with a very low binding affinity. Think of all the alkaloids working together, like playing like one song, if that makes sense. Well, the 7-hydroxy products on the market, those are chemically manipulated products. To put it in perspective, one 80 milligram tablet of chemically modified 7-hydroxy has over 5,500 times the amount of 7-hydroxy, and it has a completely different pharmacological profile and a completely different abuse potential. Like that very small change in metragenine in the 7th position, making it 7-hydroxymetragenine, like completely changes it. So they're just very, 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 very different things. When we say 7-OH is not kratom, we're saying that because, again, it's not natural to the kratom plant, but these 7-hydroxy products on the market, they're chemically manipulated and they just have a way different pharmacology. They're two very, 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 very different things. A lot of people say, well, 7-OH comes from kratom. Not technically, but if you want to get technical, it comes from metragenine, kratom's main alkaloid, being exposed to air or being exposed to metabolism. And also, you come from your great grandparents from the 15th century, but that doesn't mean you're them. Those are two very, very, very different things. Origin and identity are very different, if that makes sense.
7-OH is twice removed from the plant. And then you have MGM 15 and 16 or pseudodoxil. Those are like what, 3 times removed from the plant. and then MGM-15 and all that shit, 4 times removed from the plant. Got the, pseudodoxone, MGM-15 and 16 are the 3 ugly steps that done fucking marry their cousins and live in the Appalachian Mountains or something.
I think this is a great thing that Justin said. 7-OH to kratom is like wines to grape. Wine is made with grapes, but you don't call wine grapes. That's a good analogy. Wine is the result of a process. Wine doesn't grow on the vine, if that makes sense. Just like 7-hydroxy is formed because of a process. It doesn't actually grow on the tree. But again, what I think people always say, well, 7-OH is in kratom. It's not. It's in kratom powder, but in such minuscule amounts that it doesn't matter,
Let me give you the example of what I share when people say that 7-OH is kratom. I always copy and paste this. I always say, you don't call grapes wine. You don't call cocoa leaves cocaine. You don't call poppy seeds heroin. You don't call tobacco leaves nicotine vapes. You don't call sugarcane rum. You don't call wheat whiskey. You don't call coffee beans caffeine powder. You don't call willow bark aspirin. You don't call cannabis plant a THC isolate. You don't call milk tea. And you don't call 7-OH kratom.
Yeah, I agree.
Arizona Blue Dot, they just looked up 5 separate websites of places that sell it online. Zero packaging says kratom. It was marketed. It was mass produced on the market as kratom. They're trying to stuff the genie back into the bottle and switch it up and not call it kratom anymore.
I can send you hundreds of pictures. Hundreds of pictures.
Yeah, that was like real late to the game on that one, man.
What is cat's claw? Actual cat's claw is an Amazonian vine that is just like a normal supplement. The cat's claw that you're referring to is MGM-15, which is fully synthetic. Not good. Cocoa leaf is the best analogy. The leaf gave me a gentle boost for cocoa leaves have been used safely in South America for literally thousands of years for a mild energy boost. That is much different than taking that's different than taking that leaf than adding freaking diesel fluid on it and freaking a bunch of chemicals and it's natural. People are so stupid, dude. So stupid.
Yeah, like, if you say 7-OH wasn't marketed as kratom, you're late to the game. Late to the game.
Yeah, if 7-OH is natural, then the cocaine I used to snort for 6 weeks straight, and I used to suck. Excuse me. I used to sit on my knees and slobber D's for. Then cocaine is natural.
I think the World Health Organization they recently changed their declassification their classification of cocoa leaves. Like saying it's not dangerous type of thing. I mean, they said the same thing with kratom that didn't meet the criteria. So,
Jerry Jo's back. She said, "Hey, I'm helping my cousin get off alcohol with kratom. She reached out to me, and she is 8 days sober."
Nice. That's awesome.
I know she's still in her shock and awe phase right now. I know it. I just know it. Mike Lowry says, "Have you stopped kratom for a week? How will I feel?" I haven't the longest I've gone was 6 days. But every week I don't take any. I don't take it for 1 to 4 days. It's mainly 3 days every week that I don't take it.
what about you, Jen?
Oh, I've never really. I mean, I've went a few days without taking it because I was sick. But I mean, I've never really said, I'm not going to take it and just not taking it. So I've been a daily user for, I guess, 7 years now.
Gotcha.
I've never had to increase my dosage in a crazy amount or anything. If anything, I'll say I probably take less than I did when I first started,
Totally makes sense. Yeah, I've been a 14-year user. I've taken 5 tolerance breaks, but I've taken kratom consistently every day now for 5 years. I stopped a couple times. That's how I can tell people I would get moderate symptoms, because how am I supposed to tell people what I feel if I don't stop, But yeah, I'm very consistent. Kratom has helped me tremendously.
I took it every single day for 4 years straight. And then I started, that was when I started taking, the breaks because people would always comment to me, "Oh, you can't go a day without it. You're going to withdraw. And withdrawal to me, I went through withdrawals every single month for 11 years straight because my pain pills and benzos and muscle relaxers did not last me the full 30 days. They would only last me 10 to 14 days. And then if I didn't re-up from my dealers, I would be suffering through withdrawal for a week or 2 weeks. So I know what withdrawal feels like. And so after I took kratom for every single day for 4 years straight, that's when I challenged myself. I did not have the withdrawals that people are telling me, that I'm supposed to be feeling and all that stuff. And so I challenged myself. I went 1 day a week that I didn't take it. And then after time went on, then I did 2 days. And then after time went on, I went 3 and then 4. I challenged myself. That's why I can confidently say that I control kratom. It does not control me.
But when you stopped, did you feel like any symptoms?
I just felt blah, like blah. That's it. I didn't have the madness every 20 minutes. I didn't have that diarrhea. I didn't have the restless legs. My skin wasn't crawling. None of that.
Okay. My wife, she probably takes more kratom than I do. My wife's a nurse. She's a general contractor. She's a badass. Like, I don't know how I got her. Maybe my amazing dad jokes or something. I don't know. Way out of my league for sure. But, she takes more kratom than me, and she'll take like months at a time, and then she stops, no issues, doesn't feel anything. She's just bright-eyed, bushy tail, whatever. Me, I'm not like that. Like I've been through heroin withdrawal. I've been through, Suboxone withdrawal. I wouldn't say it's bad as that. Like, I would consider those severe. I would definitely put mine like moderate, even like maybe upper end of moderate. Not a walk in the park, but like not something I couldn't like, I don't know. Suboxone withdrawal like literally made me, oh my God, that was crazy. I was having really bad thoughts. And I support Suboxone. I feel like it saved a lot of people's lives. But again, I mean, I actually interviewed the guy who invented Suboxone. He goes, we're proud of what we did. It saved a lot of people. And I agree with that. I feel like it's been overprescribed for sure, though, too. I'm kind of getting off tangent.
But my thing is like, at the end of the day, quality of life is what's important. Whatever is bettering your life as that's what matters. So if Suboxone's helping people, go for it. If kratom's helping people, go for it. It's just everybody's saying, dude, Misty just disappeared.
She'll come back.
Yeah,
she'll come back.
But yeah, I mean, I've never really wanted to just be like, hey, I want to go have pain all day today or something. I just haven't ever decided to try and stop taking it for a long time. But I mean, I've went like a whole day without taking it. So I don't know when the withdrawals would supposed to start. I know with like my pain pills, it would start pretty soon, but I've never really experienced anything. And I can't say for the few days that I was, that I stopped taking it, that there was any withdrawals. Because like I said, I was sick. The whole house had the flu, and that was the most awful experience of my life. So, I mean, I can't say.
Yeah, it's just I think it's so important to note that everyone is different. And just because it's your experience, like, again, there's always my truth, your truth, and the truth, And you have to rely on data. Like, it doesn't matter what I say. It really doesn't. People are going to say, well, this happened to me. This, everyone's going to have a different experience, but what's it look like overall, I think, is what a lot of institutions look for. I mean, I've been blessed to interview every top kratom expert in the world. I've been blessed to go to Indonesia and interview all their experts in Thailand and in Indonesia. And the data is pretty much the same, like from here to there. And it's interesting. It's a very interesting plant, that's for sure. Okay, 1 second.
I'm just looking through the comments.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, kratom doesn't get you high. Like, it literally just, it makes you feel normal, I guess. Like, if you're looking to get high, you're looking for a party drug, you're going to be very disappointed in kratom. Hey, there you are.
My phone died.
Oh.
Okay, I figured that might be what happened.
I even put it in our chat.
I'm dependent on valerian for sleep. Lots of things. Lots of people are dependent on it. It drives me insane. Like, people would have no problem. I know we talked about this earlier. If I stopped heroin like I did, and I took like antidepressants, no one would care, even though those cause like very bad withdrawal symptoms.
Dude,
It doesn't.
SSRI, like antidepressants, oh my gosh. Like those are
But if you take,
those are awful withdrawals.
but how does that logically make sense though? It's like if I take 10 different prescriptions, that's considered healthcare. If I take one leaf, I'm considered a junkie. It literally makes no logical sense to me, like at all, at all.
Yeah. Valerian root. Valerian, I've tried that for sleep and it actually does the opposite, I feel like.
No, don't do cat's claw, Chris. That's even no. Don't please don't do cat's claw.
I hate that they, because I know that a lot of people benefit from cat's claw, like anti-inflammatory and stuff, and it's like they're doing just like what they did to Kratom, like they're going around and screwing around with the cat's claw name.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
I
Chris.
just feel like there just has to be something else put in place. Like something needs to be put in place to help fight against like the whole manipulating molecule thing.
For sure. Chris, you're my brother. I love you, man. Real cat's claw is like an Amazonian root that people use for like joint support. What these companies are doing is that they're labeling their synthetics like MGM 15 and 16, which are stronger than 7, and labeling it cat's claw and getting millions of people in bad situations, basically. Kava for inflammation?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sherry
for sure.
says I take real cat's claw. Yeah, a lot of people benefit from. I think I even have some somewhere around here.
Brian said someone stole my antidepressants. I hope they're happy. That's a great dad joke. I love that. That's funny. That's a good one.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Or it's like, why did the Latino guy use benzos as for Hispanic attacks? Hispanic attacks.
That's pretty good.
Come to Malaysia. We got lots of kratom. I'll come to Malaysia. I'll definitely go. What's the difference? Just stepping in, what's the difference in kratom and 7-OH? Well, natural kratom has a low binding affinity at multiple receptors in the brain. 7-OH only attaches to opioid receptors with incredibly high binding affinity. One can't cause respiratory depression. One can. One has a relatively low potential for abuse. The one has an incredibly high potential for abuse. They're very different, even though they're being sold as like the same thing. So, where did Misty go?
I think she just had to step away for a second. I think one of her kiddos was like, "Hey,
Sikon Roy. Sikon Roy. Yeah, I learned about that when I went to Thailand, where some people would mix cough medicine with kratom with Coke, and like people were running into issues because they're drinking so much cough medicine like that. Yeah, that's
I've
actually in
heard
the doc.
about that."
That was in the documentary. I wasn't supposed to tell anyone that. Fuck. That was like going to be like one of my big surprises, but I already said it. I have a big mouth, so yeah, it's that definitely happens. I did not know that. Thought 7 and kratom were the same. No, yeah, they're very different pharmacologically. They're very different in like real world use as well. Dang, Jordan, what's your website? Keep missing my questions. Oh, I'm sorry. It's newhopebotanicals.com. I apologize. Sikam Roy. Samkam Roy. They told me it was Sikam Roy.
Okay,
So
is
no,
that
which is-
okay? I was gonna say Chockeroy.
Powder. I like powder. That's my personal preference. In Thailand, it was primarily like leaf in some regions, and then primarily powder in other regions. It was cool to chew on fresh kratom leaves, though. I thought that was really cool. Have you ever had a fresh leaf?
No, I really want to try though. One day, maybe I will.
Well, you can't export them from Indonesia. You can only get them in Florida now. There's a company out there that sells fresh leaves. I'm sure something new will be out now that 7 will be banned. There definitely will be. They were
Already,
always
yeah.
they will always go and go and go. Just don't call it kratom, and then you won't hear from me. How can I get off of 7OH? It's brutal. When I help people off of 7OH, I use full spectrum extracts and then transition them to pure leaf powder. Takes a little bit of trial and error though. Like everyone's body chemistry is different. For example, I always say this on my live show. If you've heard this before, I'm sorry. I always give people the extreme example. So the highest person I ever got off was 3,000 milligrams per day. They needed less full spectrum extract than someone only coming off of 100 milligrams per day. Logically, you would think someone coming off of such high doses would need more, but we're all just different from person to person. So feel free to send me a message. Does kratom hurt your liver or kidneys? Did you guys want to answer? I talk too much.
I tell you, me personally, I mean, before I found kratom, I was a pretty hefty drinker, because I was trying to drink my pain away. All that did was make it worse. But I mean, my enzyme levels were very elevated before I started, before I started consuming kratom. But I went in for lab work last month or the month before or whatever, and everything is completely fine. Like that. I mean, I can't tell you the whole 7 years that I've been consuming kratom, my blood work every year has come back excellent compared to before I found kratom. And I also have lower blood pressure. My blood pressure was a lot higher. So, I mean, me personally, I haven't had any issues with, liver or kidneys or anything like that.
I haven't either. Just don't abuse it. Jacqui banned us in North Dakota. Do you live in North Dakota? If you do, there's your last and only chance to do a public testimony hearing coming up on Tuesday in the Rough Rider room at the Capitol.
That's such a weird name for a freaking legislative room. Come meet me at the Rough Rider room.
So if you live there, you need to show up. Are we following each other? Let me see. Okay, I followed you back. I will send you the information when we're done off of this live stream. But yeah, it's, I made a TikTok video on it. But it's 10 a.m. Tuesday, September 1st. Rough Rider room.
I have something to say about the liver and kidneys real quick. So if you actually want to look at the real data, there's a place called Liver Talks, which is our government database of tracking liver injury from supplements and medications. I believe there's like 24 or 26 cases of supposed liver injury from kratom in the United States. There's over 24 million users, so it's like 1 in a 900,000 20 chance or something. If you put in perspective, the chance of getting hit in a car crash and dying is 1 in 100. But if you actually look at the data, it says like there were some when they stopped kratom, things got back to normal. But if you actually read a lot of the data, it said that like they were doing multiple drugs at the same time. So, I mean, could it be possible that someone is like a rare incident? I would say anything, because I mean, some people are allergic to peanuts. Some people are allergic to stuff that other people can take with no problems, but and also the data from the University of Florida, where I know rats don't always equivalent to humans, but they've done the test over and over and over again, where rats were given 347 milligrams per kilogram of caffeine and they died. scientists gave rats over 500 milligrams per kilogram of kratom and no deaths like whatsoever. They went to sleep and they all woke up. But after repeated exposure of 500 milligrams per kilogram, they showed slight elevation, like enzymes in their liver and kidneys. Well, there's something called the human equivalated dose. And if you do the human equivalated dose of, like, say, the average woman, I think I did it like where I did like the average weight of an American, which was like 190 or something. That was the equivalent of like 500 grams of kratom per day to show like the kidney or liver or slight elevation. Is there exceptions to that rule? Sure, I guess it's just not very, very common.
Jess,
Tasha says, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
You want to go first? You go.
Dang it! These folks are in North Dakota. One of the bills we've heard that it's going to be switched over. They're going to amend it to a full ban. So both bills, yes, they're regulation bills, but one is going to be switched to amended to a full ban. So you guys need to show up on Tuesday. I am not kidding you.
Yeah, the more the merrier. Like, I mean, that makes a huge difference when you show up. A huge difference. Tasha says, I thought kratom was a life changer for me until I used kratom pills and they overdosed me. What kind of pills are you talking about? Were they pills? Like, are they like pills or are they capsules? Did you buy these from a smoke shop?
What was the name
kind
of the
of pills are
company?
you-
Probably 70H.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Hey, Bunny.
Don't panic. It's organic.
Jacque, I will send you the. I don't know if I'm saying her name right, so I'm sorry if I'm not. I will send you the information to where you can submit written testimony where it goes on public record. You need to do that for sure.
Gas station, yes, it was 70H. Yeah, natural kratom leaf products. Like, again, it sounds like your story is a lot like other people. They find kratom, it helps them a tremendous amount. Next thing you know, they're duped into taking a semi-synthetic, and which can cause respiratory depression. I'm not saying it's common, but it can. So, yeah, but I'm sorry you went through that.
God, that's just so. I mean,
Annoying.
like over and over and over, over and over. That's all you ever hear.
Yeah, definitely. All right, I got to go in like two minutes. So if anyone else has any questions, or ladies, would you like to say something?
No, not really. Thanks everybody for coming. Jordan, thank you for being a badass warrior out here
Haley,
on these lives.
we need
You're
you
hanging
for
in there.
Montana. There's. Dang it, hold on. There's also another. Follow me, Haley.
Who's in Montana?
Another someone that says, "How do I advocate for kratom in my state? I'm in Montana. We need you." Okay, I'm gonna follow you back. I'm gonna give you information about the hearing that's coming up. It's coming up on Tuesday as well.
If you guys,
Mark said, I just took MGM-15 and that shit is so strong I'm all itchy and scratchy. Mark, why? That made me itch, and I don't even take crap like that. AJ Hill Jen says, I'm back to whole leaf from 1,500 milligrams of 7OH and 24 milligrams of subs. I'll be ordering from you soon, Jordan.
oh, thanks, AJ. Nice to see you, man. Well, I can't see you,
Welcome back,
but
AJ.
yeah, welcome back. If anyone on this live is in like Montana or what was the other state right now? North Dakota. Yeah, follow me or send me a message, then I'll get you in contact with Misty. But honestly, if you're a kratom consumer, just in general, you should like message me and sign up for our links and become an advocate. Like, we really do need help. There's millions of people that don't even know this is going on, just going on with their daily lives. You know, people in the online space are like the 1% of 1% of kratom advocates. You know, like a lot of people who say kratom's help them don't even know these state stuff is going on. So we need anyone who wants to help us fight back to fight back. It's mainly sending emails and, you know, just letting people know your story. That's basically it. So if you guys can, send me a message saying I want to advocate, and we can all do it together.
Yeah. Yep,
Absolutely.
for sure. Someone or Caitlin's asking, when does your documentary come out?
I pray to God in the next 6 months. I pray. It's hard doing it with just two guys. Most documentaries have like a whole team of people, a whole team of editors. It's literally just me and Tim. So I'm praying in 6 months. I'm trying. This has been like 3.5 years already. So I'm really.
Yeah, I can't imagine how much work it is. Like, I just can't. I mean, for it to actually be good too, you know. But I mean,
Yeah.
y'all
Well,
will do
and-
good. I know it'll be awesome.
Well, it's plus two. It's like, you know, because I've had to pay for a lot of it, like myself. It's like you save up, then you go, you save up, you go. And, you know, just trying to learn editing and all that type of stuff when it's just not like your forte per se. It's definitely been a learning curve for me. So, yeah, but it will be done soon enough. And I think it will be good. And, well, I hope it will be good. If not, just lie to me and tell me it was good, because it would suck if everyone hated it. But yeah, so we'll
Well,
see.
I'm in it. It's gonna be good. So, hey, sweetie, I'm almost done with my live stream.
Chewy Log said, "Is it addictive? Even natural leaf can be. Has the potential." Oh, there's my wife, Shrinis.
What?
She's in the
She
comments.
waved. Yes, that's my wife right there.
Hey! She's like,
Thank you
get
for
your
letting us
butt
borrow
off
your
of here,
husband.
Jordan.
Right? Okay, guys. Well, all right. Well, now that my wife's on here, maybe she's not mad that I'm on here. I was getting off so I can go take the kids. But if she's on here, that
Maybe
means my
that's what she's
mother-in-law's
on here
with the
for.
to see how much longer till I stop. Yeah. How
Man,
much
you
per
guys,
kilo?
y'all need to stop blaming Mac Hat on the AKA
Oh,
for
that's
going
similar to
after
what
708. Y'all are wrong for that. You need to be blaming the
Yeah.
708 industry.
Oh, my son wanted to watch me. Hey, buddy. Okay, Daddy's gonna get off
Hudson.
right now. Let's go play some pool or something. Let's go to the park. Okay, I don't want
All
him
right.
listening to adult stuff. Okay, God bless.